back in the studio.
Yes, we are.
Back together again.
Can you hear us, New York City? No?
Yeah, loud.
Are you not with me?
Loud and clear.
I love that. I love that.
Shout out to us,
Yeah. Back. Woo.
Back in full effect, man.
Yeah.
Full effect.
We had to get back in regular surroundings and that.
Yes, we did.
Because obviously, shouts out to you guys. I want to say massive thank you to my co-conspirators. If I'm going down, you're going down with me. My joint enterprise brother and sister.
It's bigger than Nino Brown.
Yeah, it's bigger than Nino Brown.
Oh, yeah.
This one's bigger than us, man.
Yeah.
It's above us, you know.
Yeah.
Last week I was a little under the weather, so we recorded remotely.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Vans and Chrissy for accommodating me during my time of need.
Yeah,
Shout
man, we did
out
that.
Modern technology.
Yeah. Because if it wasn't for that, it would have just been like, you would have got the notes app. Apology on the ground.
Scary.
Saying,
Not on my
sorry
watch.
guys, no episode this week.
Absolutely not on my watch.
So we still try to make it work, innit?
Yeah.
And shout out to listeners, you know, for bearing with us as well. So
Yeah.
They did bear with us, and
appreciate you.
I could tell, no tweets.
No, they left comments, interactions. So
on the Spotify,
we'll read that later.
But they're different.
Yeah, for real.
Those are like
those
the
ones.
diehard,
They're the
such
core.
attention
Even
whore.
if we're recording from like a basement, they'll find a way to listen.
Oh.
You know, you hold the phone to your ear like you're on the bus.
Where is it?
Like you at the back of the bus.
Yeah, many moons
Scary.
ago.
So scary.
They'll be like, "Where is it?"
Now let me dig into the archives on Facebook and find some photos of you on the bus, like the girls and that with the dummy and that and the slick.
The dummy was
Actually,
insane.
Yeah.
The school I went to, the catchment area was so small you couldn't get in if you had to take the bus.
Really?
Yeah. You had to be a maximum 30-minute walk.
But if you're 30-minute walk, you take a bus.
Bus, yeah.
At that age as well.
No one's walking 30 minutes to school.
No, I don't know how they did it, but
Yeah.
that's what it was.
I do
It's
hear you.
like
To
really
be
small.
fair, because the college I went to, I tried to go there for secondary school, and that was the thing. I was too far. It was like, nah, impossible.
Chrissy's never beaten these charges, by the way.
About what?
She went to a school where your parents needed a whip.
Can you?
Range Rover, mum.
Oh my God.
Mum and I dropped you the Range Rover.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
I know what it was. If it was either the Range Rover or the Vauxhall Ceasefire, you know, the big joint, it was one of those back in the day. You could fit everybody. You drop everyone from church in them joints. I know, I've been there. My dad had Mitsubishi.
Or the Chrysler Voyager 300.
Yeah.
Awful car.
Serious whip.
No, so scary.
Or the pink uncle whip is like the Dodge. That's when like F is banged.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
No?
Clean that up.
Okay.
Lovely.
It's clean, it.
Yeah. Clean it up. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let's move on, please.
Shout out to the LA Lounge uncles, man. They raised a generation.
Oh my God. I remember one time when my dad came home with the red Vivian Westwood shoe. I was so upset.
He was flexing that
I
night.
was so upset.
He was happy about it, wasn't he?
He was so happy.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, the pattern joint.
yeah, such an awful shoe. Like, you don't even wear red, bro.
It's just so funny when you watch your parents like get gassed over something that they've bought for themselves.
But you forget they were young once, isn't it?
It's
like,
true, but it's just funny, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
look at you gassed.
Yeah. My dad was sharp though. Or is sharp.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Is that the limit of the shout out?
No.
Look at her like, are you upset at me for shouting at your pops? Is this too much?
What I was going to say after was just wayward. So I said, let me just leave it there.
Being guided.
You holding back?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow, it's a new week.
You lot are
This
always
is new
screaming like
dawn,
bad
this is
women.
new day.
It's a new life
Oh,
for you.
wow.
Skirt.
And you're feeling good.
Okay, this is enough on me. Thank you so much.
Too much camera light.
Yeah. Can we
Not
just
too
go
much
now?
on me.
This is in the, you know, the big people dance with the camera light all up in your face and that.
Move away.
That light, yeah, I swear to you, it can wake up the dead. That light is strong. And it'll be one
So
old man, yeah, and he has the, like, you know, the camera on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Like this. And the camera lights, and you look at him like, whatever footage you're getting right now isn't good because I'm
I
startled.
messaged you the last time I was in a big people dance.
Yeah.
I was like, follow the man. Like, why are
Should I
you
follow
zooming
man,
in
follow?
on my foot bottom, all the dress, the back, and
Oh,
we're
they're
all
getting
like,
from head to
can
toe.
you just leave us alone, please?
It's part
And
of the culture.
But sir, my iris, like, you're actually trying to burn out my eye back. Can you calm down?
And you look to
Honestly.
your left there, you see Uncle Winston in the corner,
Yeah.
scrubbing down the wallpaper.
With a fedora.
And he's doing a face-to-face wine.
Yeah.
They really were.
Do you know what? Like, I respect them for doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's at that age now, like, I'm not going to make you look back, babes.
Yeah, let's keep romance
Yeah.
alive.
Let's just look each other in the eye
Listen,
while I
Glenda,
give
look
you
me in the
them
eye. I need to know
slow
you're still
motion
here with me.
scrubs.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
need to know you're still
gosh.
here with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because we're getting on a bit.
I need to know that you're still focused.
Eye contact.
Oh my
babe.
gosh. They served oxtail in the dance as well.
Yeah, come on, I've been
I
doing
was
that.
like, wow.
In an all white joint, people are brave.
it was sensational vibes. I got a patty.
If you're coaching, man, you can come on, man.
Clean.
Do you know what it is? You are right though, because I've been to like worn when we're native and you go to our functions and that, yeah, and you want to eat abula. You're looking around like this don't really make sense.
But
you have to make it do what it do though.
yeah, your fofa does. Do I make it work?
Yeah.
Stand up.
Everyone's sat in the corner like this. Because if that splashback from the soup that you ever got like red stew like here, whole drip is amazing. They just got like, and now you're in the photos standing to the side of
what's the one where people say like it may squirt in your eye?
Or if you have like Shaki.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, because it was because I was like, "Ooh, this be nasty."
hey, yo.
I mean, what?
Screw.
How do you know that reference?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fair.
Random, but I feel like we are coming into a recession. And outside, of course, of like the news economically and that, a sign of us coming into a recession. Are you familiar with a lady by the name of Alexis Texas?
I'm actually not.
You're not? Okay,
no.
You're lying. But
I mean, I'm actually not, I would say.
She's apparently finally crossed over and done an interracial scene, and people are like, oh, that's a sign of like money must be low. Because like in porn, there's bare racism in it. So she's finally had sex with a black man. Everyone's like, yeah, the recession's hit us.
You're so
coins
scary.
Are so low
I don't know how you put
those
two together. But
random, I know.
Random as well, on top of that.
Or more randoms?
No, it ties in.
Okay.
Like
cool.
I was listening to her on a JBP.
Who?
Alexis Texas.
Oh, okay.
On a Patreon.
Wow.
And they asked her about that.
Did they?
Yeah, because they were like, oh yeah, you know, back in the day, like it was a big thing kind of thing. And I was like, fair enough. I didn't know it was a big thing.
Yeah.
But she was like, when she first came into the game, she had agents and advisors, and they had advised her not to, because that's not where the money was.
Yeah.
So she was just like, all right, lead me to the money. And, you know, but now she's, I didn't know she was still doing things, innit? Because she's supposedly retired.
Yeah, Chrissy's looking at us bewildered.
No, so
we're going to get off this shortly, by the way.
Like, just came out of retirement for the...
Maybe it's under her own entity, in it, like where she just gets 100% of the
because a lot of the girls
Okay.
they get exploited and they move over to like OnlyFans. That's why, like, for them, they love OnlyFans because it's direct to consumer. There's no middleman.
Oh my God, you are so
Don't
scary.
get between me and my coins.
You're so scary.
No?
Yeah, I support you in most things.
It's the horny segment of the pod or something.
Early as well, you know. If you're listening for the first week, we're not usually like this, you know. You know. It was mad random, but I think now's a good time to say #OffTheCuffPod.
And come on.
Okay, thank you for. Do you want to do that again or?
No, you know, this is a new.
I support you.
And come on.
What's it? And come on,
Yeah.
you know?
And, woo.
Oh, vigor.
More universal.
Yeah.
Oh, for the more mainstream and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're crossing over, guys.
I don't know about that. We ain't spoken about that yet. I don't know.
Are we not? Are we not?
Man's
Easy,
crossing over
easy.
before they gave you peas and that. That's like when the man was releasing and pop
I'm
songs and
manifesting,
that.
bro.
Oh, yeah, okay, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 and that.
Top 20 Apple podcasts in the country. Hey.
Woo. Yeah.
But we're here.
Tesco.
A good honest conversation never hurt anyone.
Yes.
If you're listening for the first week, I'll go by the name of Fols Forever.
And I'm Mr. Vans.
And shouts out to the Chrissy Hive.
Chrissy Hive.
Hello.
Hair, Big Riz, aka Young Blondie,
Jeanette.
aka
Sorry.
oh yeah, alright. Listen,
Another part of
yeah, Jeanette. We'll get onto that as well. aka Muscle Mami, because I can see the
follow
I can
her?
see the arms. Arms are arming.
Follow her?
push
The
through
t-shirt
queen.
is sitting high, but about to be a
Follow
vest.
Yes. Or wife beater.
No, the arms of that t-shirt
True
are
say
sitting
G-Unit in
high,
town.
bro. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, hi. Hello, yeah. What's next? Because this is far too much.
No,
on
you know what
me.
it is, yeah? Shouts out to you, young Jeanette. Tom Mucci has got an event called Mucci Madness.
Yeah.
And the next installment of the event is always themed. It's double denim.
I love it.
If you
I'm
haven't
on
bought
that.
5 tickets already, I don't know who you are anymore.
It's true.
You need to put in a group chat, you and the girls.
We gotta go.
You need that exact fit that Britney Spears had when she was with Justin Timberlake.
Double denim.
That's what
Love
you
it.
need, isn't
He had a
Yeah.
jean fedora. Can't forget about that one.
I know you got some crazy. You got like a jean handbag.
No.
You got bare stuff.
No. But I was thinking, like, when I was younger, I did have like a jean slipper. So maybe this has just been like me in the making.
Okay.
Yeah.
That day's your time to shine. If you don't get best dressed,
I'm going
Would
to
you
have to
even
like
go?
think, what am I going to wear?
But the thing is denim is like one of the most classic pieces.
it is.
Like, you know.
You can still
in-
get
in
it wrong
clothing.
though.
It's
You
true.
can.
You can still get it wrong. So
you can.
let's
There
be
are some-
guided.
I've seen some scary jean.
There has been some scary jeans. Yeah.
So scary.
Levi's. Levi's ain't scary, man. Not too much on Levi's. Levi's is certified.
What do you think's worse, an overly bootcut jean or an overly skinny jean?
I think now it's overly skinny because that's not really in like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're in the baggy era now.
Yeah, and if you're skipping leg day and you've got a long foot, it just looks nuts.
Or if you are someone that's really in shape, it just looks a bit like.
Yeah, it's too like
I can see a heartbeat through your leg and that. It's crazy.
Hey, yo.
Too much? I thought we were getting mainstream.
Oh my God.
No?
The overly baggy stuff is where we're currently at right now.
It's true.
Like,
do you like where you are with the overly baggy fit? Like,
do you know what? Like
as a resident fashionista, this is what I just went to you.
I see it on. I see a couple dons like they can pull it off, and some people can't. But like that's just with anything. Okay, do you know what I mean? Like so, I could be wearing forces, and the next donny could be wearing forces, and it might look better on the other donny than it does me, or vice versa.
Yeah, and I feel you.
Yeah, because them dons that like really tighten up their shoe hard.
Oh my gosh.
Where you going?
But they're used to having to like make a quick exit in it. So yeah, like it's needs must in it. This
like
ain't
Air Force
necessity.
activity.
No.
Yeah,
because I like to wear my wear my Air Forces loose. Like, but I ain't got any problems outside. Certain man, they have to make a quick dash at any minute.
God,
so.
what people checking with you?
No.
Crazy.
Let's not get crazy. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Don't put too much pressure on me, man. That's how you get back massive trouble.
Prints and that, yeah.
Wow.
And I'm checking in.
If you're checking in with me, boy, you're checking in with the wrong person, bro. Because they'll kidnap both of us. And I will just kidnap twins. Nah, but don't check in with me, boy. Check in with God. That's what you need to do.
It's true.
Yeah, so a lot's on the agenda. A lot's happened since last week.
Yeah.
We didn't speak about it last week, but I'm happy we're back in the studio to talk about it. So across the weekend we had Armistice Day,
yes,
and Remembrance Sunday. Rest in peace to all the troops out there. But I feel like, I'm sure we all feel like anyway, that whole weekend was hijacked because we had the ceasefire protests.
Yes,
on Saturday, which was hijacked by SUELLA Braverman and her. In my opinion, she whipped up a little far right frenzy.
Yeah,
group of thugs.
Here you go, steak and kidney pie.
Awful.
And I was just like, Rod, is this really, like, on a certain level, it's going to sound mad, but I'm still going to say it. I almost respect the angle because it's a tried and tested method. You ignore these people. Some people might not feel this way, but I do feel like some of the white working underclass to a certain degree do have certain gripes in it. Like you are essentially an ignored part of the community, which actually for me shows that we should all align really. This thing's more about money than class and race, and it's actually about money. They don't care about you. But they ignore you. They don't really give a shit about you lot because you're poor. But they know what's going to whip you up and give you a bit of pride, which would be like, oh, we're going to go and... I see one don't say I'm protecting the realm.
Honestly, like what? Okay, Khaleesi, like cool down.
The protest wasn't even going to be at the cenotaph, for one. They managed to get you to come out and... like, how can Tommy Robinson be your leader? The one he didn't even stay. Man went off in a cab.
In the taxi, yeah.
Man dipped in a taxi.
The thing is, for me, is that like... the same people that they say that they're under threat against. Like, over the past couple of weeks, like there's been a number of protests across the weekends.
Yeah.
And I've seen no trouble up until this weekend.
Honestly.
And the thing is, even if there was some trouble, 'cause I'm sure people might have been arrested. Obviously, it's a very contentious issue. Tensions are high. Look at the number of people there and the arrest number.
Yeah.
It's probably really small. Like, I wasn't there, so I can't speak for the mood there. I can only maybe just like give my opinion on what I've seen and people's like accounts of it. From what I've seen, for the most part, people said the protests in regards to ceasefire and pro-Palestinian protests have been peaceful. But even that, for me, and this is my politics, not for me speaking for me, even that, I don't even like that angle, because if it wasn't peaceful, what's wrong with that as well?
Yeah.
Because you don't get change by just towing the line. And I get it, you know, like we're in a different country and you know, we kind of have to, Britain's a bit different, but if it did spill over, I wouldn't be mad as well, because this is a life and death issue here.
Yeah. And the point is to apply pressure.
Yeah.
You know, to those that can actually make an impact and make a difference and make them see that all of this is wrong, and the very least of what we can do is call for a ceasefire.
Yeah.
That's the bare minimum.
That is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like, just stop killing people. It's actually not an insane ask. Can we just stop killing people?
Yeah.
It's to just get like other world leaders in check and actually take action in what's going on.
Yeah.
Because they've got the power to, you know, make that influence or make that change. I saw a clip of the French president, Macron.
I was always getting slapped.
Say, oui.
He was basically, I mean, he didn't directly say it. I'm not sure if he directly said it, but he said that, you know, this is what we should do, because
no, he's definitely doubled back.
Yeah, he's doubled back because of
public pressure.
Public pressure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because like I remember when, you know, they keep mentioning the date. What was it? October the 7th.
Yeah.
Around, especially around that time, like you know, within a couple of days or weeks after that, it was a lot of them were just standing firm. They were standing firm, and now like it's not letting up. It's not going away.
No.
People are being very consistent in the message all over the world, like, which is beautiful to see. And on social media, which is like one of the biggest news outlets, you've got things like Community Notes that is debunking all the propaganda.
I love a good community note, you know.
Elon did right, or was that there when Mark? What's his name? Not Mark Zuckerberg. What's the other guy's name? Fred.
Tom.
No, Tom. No, that was MySpace.
Sure enough.
Jack. Jack Dorsey. There we go.
Yeah. Yes.
Did Jack do that?
I didn't see Community Notes when.
We'll give it to Elon.
Yeah, I think we'll give it to Elon. Yeah. That's probably the best thing that he's done. Because, you know,
you are very true. That's very true. Social media's played a big part, because what you're saying is right. Initially, all like they
stood firm.
Like the G8, the big nations were like, where basically everyone's on singing from the same hymn sheet. We're standing with Israel, and then we start getting more and more accounts. And to be fair as well, Israel hasn't stopped in what they're doing. I've started seeing more stuff about like the bigger goal and plan here is to like pushing towards like Syria and Lebanon.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's Lebanon where they say that's the where Abraham was born. So like their backing for their behavior is from like the religious context.
Yeah.
So their goal, from what I'm seeing, I could be wrong, correct me, is to further advance and like claim that whole area. It's not just to stop in it. So, you know, and people are seeing that and they're like, they're not going to stop. So
yeah, and like you got to think about all the people, the civilians in Gaza at the moment that are documenting as much as they can whilst trying to save others, whilst trying to stay alive, whilst protesting for their freedom.
But Israel also done a proper shit job of like, it's almost like parody. So they'll be like, oh, we killed some insurgents and here's a copy of Mein Kampf. Or I'm just like, and then the book looks like they bought it today. or they'll get an actor, and Donnie's Arabic. Like, if I spoke Arabic today, my Arabic would be better. That's how bad I'm like, who is this person?
Can we not try?
Yeah. And all of these things being documented is playing a huge part in you know, getting people to actually see what all of this is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's wrong.
Yeah. So
yeah, man, like I think we should continue collectively. Like I think, you know, there's a lot of people that are gonna go harder than others, obviously.
Of course,
but it's just important that, you know, everyone sort of plays their part in some way, shape or form.
I think a good sign of things changing is I'm seeing more people that their initial line was, this is a very complex issue. They're now moving to, this is very simple. This is what it is. One side is killing the other. And I'm not saying things haven't happened from the Palestinian side, but my politics speaking again, if you keep treating the people a certain way, what response do you expect?
Exactly.
And not to regurgitate stuff you heard out there, but it's very true. Being called a terrorist, some could argue, isn't necessarily a bad thing. You're in illustrious company. Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela, Madiba, who you guys then in the end, like, you know, he was treating him like he was his best friend, but in his heyday, he was calling him a terrorist. He locked him up for almost 3 decades. Like, you know, you're not in bad company.
Yeah.
Some of those iconic people have been called that just purely because of their resistance in regards to oppression. I feel like we're only free till we're all free.
Yeah.
So like I get all the extra stuff, and hopefully at some point we can have a conversation about Congo as well. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and that's the shit thing sometimes. When like you start absorbing information, you can't almost stop.
Yeah.
There's always something else to be aware about, care about. So
yeah, I mean, this is something that I've obviously been aware about for a long time.
Yeah,
do you
so
know
you
what I'm
can speak to
saying?
that,
Like, you know, with what's going on in the mass genocide in Congo has been going on for years. It's been a silent one, as well. With you know, the cobalt mines that they've got, a lot of the age range is vast. You know, the youngest, I saw a clip of a 4-year-old girl working in those mines. Do you know what I'm saying? For, you know, very little, as like maybe
whatever the money is, you shouldn't be working.
You know, wherever the money is, like, you know, like it's not even about the money at this point. It's what's being done to them, to the people over there in those regions of Congo, at the expense of like what we're using in the Western world, like today, like or just globally. Like it feeds everyone globally, because like, you know, even in Congo you'll see like products that are benefited from, you know, the blood of the people within that region of Congo.
All of these wars about natural resources. So that area in Palestine, they've got natural gas. You've got obviously cobalt in Congo. Back in the Iraq was it oil and gold? That's all it really is.
Yeah.
Just so we can have certain luxuries. Does it make you, and maybe it's not a fair question, but I'll ask it, does it make you look hard in the mirror about what you're doing to contribute to that, from like a consumer point of view, from like a commercial point of view, in regards to like buying certain products, using certain things, which essentially is aiding and abetting this to continue?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. But it's not even, but absolutely, yes, full stop. It can be really frustrating because you feel like, okay, we're doing all of this stuff. And I mean, we just, as in the general population, we're doing all of this. But when you look hard in the mirror, it's like, damn, yeah, we have contributed to that in some way. But I think it's just important to find a way, not find a way to move forward and say like, you just ignore everything else that has happened.
Is there a new iPhone out tomorrow?
No.
Crazy.
But I mean, at the end of the day, this is something that we need in the world. So it's not a case of, I think,
how do we service this need but not continue what's going on?
And without, how do we, like, this is something that we need across the globe, and the issue isn't the products itself or the resource itself, is how it's been harvested or mined or whatever. So how can we make that better? It's
a tough one to have to deal with, knowing, you know, some of the things that that we see as integral in our lives is coming from, you know, like people suffering in such a way. Like I've got some facts here.
Okay.
With what's currently happening in Congo. Currently, the Congolese people are going through a silent genocide so that the West can continue to benefit from the country's natural resources, including cobalt, copper, and coltan. These resources are used for technological advancement. By Western countries providing financial and military aid to Rwanda and Uganda, they are using Congo's neighbors to invade regions filled with these minerals, causing millions of deaths in the process. This has caused millions of Congolese people to be displaced and 6 million people killed, children. Once again, the Congolese people have been exploited in order to mine these minerals for the benefit of the West, and without adequate protection. A lot of these miners are also children, with many dropping out of school to mine.
It's just giving Hotel Rwanda, isn't it? The whole like mining for the blood diamonds. Sorry.
Yeah. But like, you know, this is like real. Look at the data, the facts. Over 12 million people have died from the genocide. Over 6 million people have been killed. Over 5.8 million people have been displaced. 48 women are raped hourly by members of the rebellion. As of January 2023, over 2,000 homes have been destroyed. So, even when I was there, right, in the capital, I can see that a lot of work needs to be done. Obviously, this was a long time ago, but just having that view, that perspective, especially for it being my first time and stuff, obviously, like, I had an idea what it was going to be like, but then you have to point towards the leaders.
Yeah.
A lot of the African political figures, leaders, are letting, you know, their nations down and the continent down, like, because this is a consistent theme.
Is there like a powerful family, or do you have you know, like certain countries have like a royalty, or there's like powerful family, or, you know, like political families who like historically have always been in power, where like the dad was in power, the uncle, the granddad. Have you got that kind of setup in Congo?
Well, so there was a time period where there was a president called Kabila.
Okay.
He got killed whilst he was in power, and his son took over.
Right.
So, you know, but like now I'm not too informed on the Congolese politics.
Right.
To be honest with you, so I can't really give you like a deep overview.
No, I was only just asking
from
a point of view of, like, you know, like what usually happens, to your point about the certain leaders letting us down, where like you might have a leader in power for 10, 20, 30 years, which essentially, even if they won elections, for more time, it's corruption. They're kept in power because they keep the interests of the West. Yeah. And they will allow them to a certain degree steal a bit of money, you know, until they get too drunk off power and then try and break away, or they do too much. They like have human rights violations. That's why I was asking, because, you know, usually like it's starting to stop now, but traditionally in Africa, like Mugabe died.
Yeah.
He wasn't killed off in the end.
Yeah.
He was in power for a long time.
Yeah.
You have nations where someone's been in power 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and you're like...
I just think, in all honesty, across the board, it's just mismanaged. And, you know, it's not for the benefit of developing a country that has all these natural resources. Like, why don't you just wake up and see the power that you have without needing, like, you know, the moment that we cut off supplies is, you know, like, you'll see how it benefits, and, you know, how the rest of the world, like, will get in line.
But it wouldn't shock me if the West boxes them out, where it's like, you know, it's... You have to work with us type of thing.
I know. Agendas, you know.
Reparations. A lot of countries still pay reparations as well. So,
yeah,
you know, having to trade in their currency, the national language might not be... It's usually English in a lot of African countries as well. So,
and I'm not sure if there will ever be an uprising.
Well, yeah.
But, you know, like...
Do you think that's what's needed? Sorry to cut you.
Yeah, because... What other options do we have? I genuinely don't know how to tackle this issue.
Peace hasn't worked.
Yeah. I only ask that because it's always easy to sit where we sit over here. Like, I'm going to sleep and relax and that.
Yeah.
To tell someone over there, oh, yeah, go and fight and that. When that's not my reality, innit?
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, man, like, it's something that I do need to be better at keeping tabs on.
Yeah.
What's going on over there in you know, in my homeland and stuff. But yeah, these are just things that, you know, some of the little facts that I read out is just something that I feel like people need to be informed on, like, even if it's just on the surface.
You know what, I've got this. I don't know if you saw this. This is from the Chronicles of April. I see this page on the gram. 5 documentaries about the war in Congo.
Yeah.
Films to watch. So there's one called This is Congo, which came out in 2017. Another one called Blood in the Mobile. Is There Blood in Your Pocket? This came out in 2010. City of Joy, which came out in 2016. And how do you pronounce that? Virunga?
Yeah, Virunga. I think Leonardo DiCaprio's worked on that.
And then there's Crisis in Congo. So This is Congo is on Apple TV and Amazon Prime. Blood on the Mobile, Amazon Prime and YouTube. City of Joy on Netflix. Virunga is on Netflix. And then Crisis in Congo is on the Friends of Congo YouTube platform. So if you just want to... because I know some people, they need to watch things to take it in. Some people need to read text. So I did see that. I was like, you know, I'm going to... When we do allocate some time to talk about that, I'll just highlight that as well.
Yeah, natural resources are literally funding everything.
Yeah. No, it's mad though. But you know, in better news over here, SUELLA Braverman, man, it's over.
What pussy on?
It's done.
It's done, man.
Yeah. Bye, bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm even. But you know what's so shit as well? They don't think you really get no punishment. You lost your job.
It's true.
Look at David Cameron. He's back.
Oh, I cannot.
They'll be back.
I was so confusion.
Yeah.
Like to see Brotherman's gone, yay, but then Cameron is back.
And this is like they're really doing musical chairs over there.
Honestly.
You know?
And how they're tweeting it is like a
House of Cards.
sign,
We've got my man on a loan deal.
Breezer.
Breaking news and that. Yeah, I don't know.
They're like, let's go. David Cameron is about to, and I'm like, what?
I haven't read it, but I did see that SUELLA Braverman did write like a letter, like put out like an open letter to Rishi Sunak. He was giving like scorned wife on like 2-3 pages. You know, when you only like a babe sends you an essay and that.
She was like, I thought that we were on the same page.
And then you message back, cool. That's what Rishi Sunak
Men
did.
can what?
Yeah. Babe send you a long essay and that. You know when it says read more at the bottom? You're like
Allow it.
Yeah, I'm not getting to that bit.
You read the first 2 lines. I think it's funny how, like, man. I think it's funny how.
I think it's funny.
No? Can't relate? No?
No, because ain't shit funny.
You never sent an essay before in your life?
It doesn't start with, I think it's funny how. Yeah, never.
Or is that usually 4 paragraphs in?
No,
Yeah,
nothing's funny.
that's something.
I know how
in
I
there.
feel. It's not funny.
Oh, you do a proper breakdown and stuff, innit?
Yeah, because don't play in my face.
She puts her graps into ChatGPT.
First of all,
Hey,
I'll need
And then she
that.
gets an eloquent response
No,
to that.
don't
No
downplay
typo.
my ability. Yeah,
You know what? Yeah, you don't need any assistance.
exactly. But I told you I was done sending like paragraphs a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, allow it.
you realised from earlier it didn't work.
Long.
Self-harm, innit?
Like, do you know why? Yeah, there's nothing worse. I've been on the receiving end of like you send, like I'm not saying I've never done it, but you send it and then they hold on to just the most inconsequential.
I wasn't wearing
piece of
brown, I was wearing blue.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, can I not correct that bit?
And you see, do you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to let people mad me, so I'm not going to mad myself. I'm not doing it. I'm not
You
doing
don't
it
want
with
to be
you.
mad together now.
No. You see all of that shit, yeah? Do you
Madly in love?
know what my vibe is? Mute archive. Talk to yourself.
Okay, fair. And you know what it is? I'm not even going to pretend because there are many men out there that definitely speak to themselves in women's DMs.
Yeah.
I hope you can hear your echo in there. It's
No.
lonely.
Those are God's stronger soldiers.
Hey.
Anybody home? Can you hear me, New York City?
You know, I'm ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
In the
Talking to
DMs is
yourself
mad
in the DMs
echoey.
and what's so funny is, I don't know, obviously, if all these screenshots are true, but like after the third or fourth message, it's funny. You see the desperation. Hey, yo, oh, you really just gonna leave me? Hey, my nephew misses you. It would just be
So smelly.
It's hilarious. I'm like, yeah, man.
No, when women are done, they're done.
Yeah.
Sorry, bye.
You don't want to remember, like, was it last week, the week before? I lightly tried to sprinkle the whole, like, spin the block. Like, Nelly hasn't stopped smiling.
I love that.
He's
for
showing
him.
all of his
I can see his back
100 teeth.
I actually really love that for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We seen
I can see the back
the
teeth,
root
bro.
canal.
Just all
Teeth look good as well.
jawbone. They really do.
He's aging, the guy's 50, he's aging
Shut up,
backwards.
Cornell.
Do you know what they were saying? They showed a comparison, of him on the red carpet
Yeah,
with
Well
Miss
done,
so
Jackson.
Miss Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Mate.
So shit as well, like, yeah.
Well, listen,
It is
if it
what
was
it
meant
is,
to
man.
be, it's
It's
meant to
true.
be, innit?
Yeah.
They bucked up and it was the wrong time for Nelly, it seemed.
Yeah.
Good. Well, yeah. But now it's the right time, and I genuinely wish them all the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, look, I kept in shape for you, hairline's still intact. You know, like, I'm still rich.
Oh, yeah. Go
One
Cornell.
definitely just kept in shape.
No new kids.
Yeah.
That's
That's a good one.
yeah. That's
At
the
I don't
one.
even care about that one.
Yeah.
That was important.
Yeah.
No break, baby.
No.
Sean Combs should come and look at his age mate.
Sean Combs?
Yeah.
He's living a different life, though.
He needs
Yeah.
to cool down.
He's got like maybe 800 more million.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, when the bank account's a little bit different, you can. How are you? Maybe I'll ask you. How are you and the cufflinks feeling currently? Whilst we're like on the relationship stuff, just because obviously DAMSON is back on the market.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously breaking news. Forget about the Palestinian issues and that.
DAMSON.
Economic crisis. Let's talk about the real issues.
DAMSON.
DAMSON Idris and Laurie Harvey are
Yeah.
no longer.
We saying you saw it coming.
I mean, she doesn't keep around for long.
You saying
love
she
that
got a
fair.
clause on her
Get off me.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, so sorry. But speaking of get off me, just reminded me of something.
Hey?
No, hold on. It's gonna make sense. When I saw that tweet of Rihanna being pregnant again, obviously I realised it was fake.
Okay.
But I actually yelled out loud, "Get off of her. Get off her," because it's actually enough.
But like,
what?
Like, I don't understand why women are enraged.
Get off her.
Remember when I said that thing and then like, you responded to me
Like they're too in though, but they're too in now.
No, remember when I said about the whole like, I know maybe I said it kind of loosely. I was like, Tyson Fury should just retire, load his wife. When you've got paper and you're in love, like I think it's beautiful. Just have loads of kids.
Yeah.
If that was the case that Rihanna was pregnant again, like you spent for the best part of like 10, 12 years releasing an album every year, you're at the highest point of your career, you're successful, you don't have to go studio again. I don't have to look at Logic Pro and you guys say I shouldn't have a baby. No, I like my man, he's handsome, doing up model, come here, let's lips, make a baby. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
That's when PG, obviously, you know. Yeah. We'll get
lips and starts, you know, that's how it kicks it off.
Yeah, shouts out to the foreplay crew and that, man, you know.
Can't go just straight in. That's barbaric.
I mean, needs must though sometimes.
It's given inexperience.
Pardon?
It's given inexperience.
No, because there's sometimes where it's like,
like in a movie where they're rushing back and they're just like knocking everything.
Or it's or it's like we might have had like, we're both busy, we've not really had that intimacy, and like, you know how to get this party started, just a little rub up and like, let's go, man. Like, because if we don't shag now, the weekend's gonna come, we're not gonna shag till next week Tuesday. I'm talking to people that have been in a relationship for a minute, like, you know when like,
it's scheduled and
like this shag is more like, we've just got to do this, let's get over the hill, because we've not had sex in a little while.
Shag, oh my god, so awful. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
It's giving us the powers.
Do you know what? I like that word.
Yeah.
It's so Fola, stop.
sorry.
I would, as a kid, I went to
Bro, clean this up, bro.
Can I land?
Please.
Like, can I get there?
Bare turbulence.
Quickly.
As a kid, I went to watch Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, and I'm like, how is that okay?
Okay.
Was that okay?
It wasn't.
But shag is such a British word. It's almost not rude. It's like just cheeky.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that crude.
No, you couldn't do it now.
You couldn't say it in school.
I've said worse.
Yeah, I know, but like, you still get in trouble for it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But yeah, Damson's back on the market, man.
Yeah. I wish him all the best in his healing journey.
What are you saying? Is he all right or is he crying blood?
Excuse me. I like to think he's okay. You know,
he's like, he'll be fine.
Do you know the whole Laurie Harvey thing's hilarious because it's like I see this thread of Common. And apparently he's the real terror. Because you see Common.
Yeah, he's been about.
There's one thing him and Tyler Perry have in common is their attachment to black women. Tyler Perry knows who all the black queens are, and so does Common.
It's true.
He had one white lady in there. Oh, you know, we act like we didn't see it. It's fine.
Common.
I just see one thread of like
his roster, his past
Taraji
roster.
P. Henson,
Serena
Erykah Badu, Serena. Some man's like actor, sports star, entertainer. I'm just like, I'm just like, hey man. And no one says anything about him.
Women like Common.
Yeah, that does help as well.
Yeah, women like Common. So,
because he could argue the argument is that he's like the boyfriend fluffer. Like you go to Common to see what it's like, you know, a guy, you know, opens the car door, pulls out a chair, and he's like, you know, I like it here. I might not want to marry you, but I like it here. And then they go off and find happiness. Now, this could be disproved if we look at his history of women, if they're all married now, but just roll with me on my theory.
Yeah, you're so right. I support you.
I'm with you, bro.
Yeah. Am I cuffling back too much?
No.
Enter it. No.
Yeah, keep leading because...
I say keep leading because I ain't going to do it.
I end up saying mad stuff.
No, because Laurie thinks this because I feel like she gets the man in such a like frenzy when she's just doing what young people do. Now, of course, she's famous but like you're the daughter of someone famous. Of course, I know Ceasefire's not a real dad, but that's her dad.
And
you have access,
gorgeous. Like
within her age group, out of all of them, she's the hottest one out.
Yeah, and
like,
as well,
she's the most spoken about. Obviously,
it's
like
true,
due to her relations and that, but it just helps with how she looks as well.
And she doesn't be speaking.
Yeah, she doesn't talk much.
She did speak though.
No, but she don't be speaking.
Yeah, in general, yeah. And I do feel like outside of like let's take all the nonsense, like she's just young and dating, cool, not a big deal. I do feel there's also the element of like we see celebrity men all go and chase the same girls.
Yeah.
Now, if you're all in the same spots, the same circles, you're probably going to run the same women. But my opinion is like, from someone that doesn't have all that money and access, if you've got all this paper, why would I want all the same girls? But a lot of these guys are also clouty as well. I'm not saying this about Damson. I'm just saying that it wouldn't shock me if there are guys out there that see her attached to other men and are now more interested.
Yeah.
And also maybe there's the guy that wants to be the one to tame her. And it sounds rude, but from a perspective of put a baby in her, maybe marry her, make her see, like I got her, I'm the one that made her chill out.
Michael
I saw there's a clip of Dame Dash when he's talking about Aaliyah back in the day and about how all of them were trying to get at her.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying in anything like crazy crude in regards to like extra stuff, just more like they were all trying to chat to her, Jay-Z, Dame, everybody around, all the guys were trying to move to this one girl. And that happens.
I've seen it.
So
I've seen it. May the best man win.
Damson, that next acting role, you have to body it.
Oh my gosh.
He's got something coming up with Brad Pitt.
Oh, the
F1 thing.
The F1 thing, because Sam's in that as well. I did see that. Yeah.
But then I feel like it benefits him as well, because just like you said, they're going to be guys who, after seeing Laurie with whoever, are like, oh my god, this babe's my spec. Let's go. There are also going to be women who are going to be like, what, he bagged Laurie Harvey, then I'm the babe after. Yeah, it has to be me.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, because I can't lie. Like, if there's certain girls, if they see the babes you talked to before, it does like raise your cool points.
Yeah.
And if they see certain babes you've spoken to, they're like,
scary.
Yeah. So, do you subscribe to that? Like, if a guy has like a very like decent track record in regards to women that you might deem attractive as well, does he bump up in points for you?
Not necessarily bump up in points, but you don't really know that he's been with like a bag of scaries. That's weird.
Bag of scaries? Not tasty.
Do you know what? Yeah, when you get like women's opinion on other women, sometimes it's
you realise women are not good people.
Yeah, it's the funniest.
Because when they're brutally honest, you're like, you like, so acting like you ain't real niggas. You're just like us, man.
Yeah, like please,
Everyone has eyes.
Listen, we can all be very shallow, innit? Of course, beauty is very much within, but sometimes shine outwardly.
Shout out to all the beautiful people, man.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Because it's not the personality that's going to shine through in the picture.
Okay.
Wow.
That's very true, because we don't know about your personality till we engage with you and have a chat, you know? See what your politics are like, you know? What you're interested in. Did you see the, whilst we were having a chat about this, the thing ZZ tweeted? So this is, let me even send it to Vans. You can play it. Because it's not long, innit? You can do it very quickly. And I'll just say what ZZ tweeted. I like when people give us content. We can milk it in that. There you go.
Sorry, my bad.
You right there? You good? Because I was ill last week. Don't.
You trucked.
You what?
It's in my throat.
Oh.
Okay. Because you've been quite good at mistakes in that.
For like, cool down. People make mistake.
No, we do, but you know, sometimes even though it's funny, and I know people start thinking we're dumb and that. Like, man ain't stupid, you know.
We.
I love Chrissy, you know. The art of separation. She said we.
All right, I got the clip here.
Figure out what your non-negotiables are, and then don't ever waver on them. And I feel like oftentimes we as Black women feel like, especially when we get to a certain point in our life, we feel like we need to settle, or we just feel like we need to rush to get into something because maybe we want to be married by a certain age, we want to have kids by a certain age. And I think that is not how we should view love at all. I think we need to always remember that we are the prize and set your standards high and don't ever settle.
And in response, a young ZZ Mills said, only a certain caliber of woman can move like this and it not go against her. This is not the advice for your everyday girl, in inverted commas. You are not Laurie Harvey.
First of all, I want to attack that TikTok video.
Okay.
Because what she said was nothing profound. You don't need the Mockingbird instrumental in the background.
I did side eye a bit.
Like, just give me the quote and be gone, innit?
Well, we've got to be, but, you know, people like dramatics, innit?
Yeah, jazz it up. I somewhat agree with what ZZ is saying. I know what she's alluding to. I think it's from a superficial standpoint. Obviously, like, you know, you hold the cards when you're the baddie or the universal baddie, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen how man them behave when they secure their first baddie, and how man them move towards like a very attractive woman in general.
Or men with money.
Or
And that one's
Seen
even
how
worse. Hey, big bro.
Yes.
Can I touch the hem of your Miri?
Can I touch the hem? That's jokes. But then the everyday girl could also apply those same principles and it works for her. You know, I think it's very naive in a sense to believe that you have to be at the highest caliber of society to move that way.
Yeah.
I think that there's women within those spaces that don't even apply to those principles.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because like there's no tax bracket when it comes to insecurities.
Or self-respect.
Sometimes they be the more insecure ones because it's like
Exactly my point.
because people over there, like, you see a lot of beautiful women and like, I'm sure if you're hot and that and get in the comments and that, use the hashtag and that, let us know you're buff and that. It wouldn't shock me if a lot of women out there get the opposite, where like, because they're deemed so beautiful, they get treated worse off, where people are trying to like humble them or...
Bro, the everyday babes, like in my experience, have been some of the strictest. Strict.
Yeah, because they're trying to let you know, don't think
like,
because like I look a certain way that like I can't have morals and standards and stuff. Like,
no, it's not even just to say that. It's just that like with what she was saying,
like they're not a certain aesthetic or famous.
Yeah, with what she was saying in the clip and with what Zizi was saying, as in like this could only apply to a Laurie Harvey type.
Yeah.
But nah, it really doesn't.
I do understand one level of like maybe being famous and being able to move around, but it doesn't. Even what I said earlier about like she whips the man up into a frenzy. She's been called all sorts of names when in reality we only know her for, unless I'm missing certain things, Memphis Depay, Michael B. Jordan, DAMSON, IDRIS, Future,
Diddy, Justin.
Yeah, that one is crazy if she did do the mum and the dad and son. But for some, obviously, city girls and that's wavy.
City girls.
Like, in the grand scheme of things, that isn't that many in it. And who's to say that she's even sleeping with all these people, or they aren't like, you know, like contracts for like, you know, being popping and stuff. Like,
we don't know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
But I do like the perception of her being able to conduct the entire situations that she's in.
Yeah, because the narrative is like, she doesn't keep them long, you know, on to the next one.
But then they still, like, she will still bag a man if she wants to.
She's dating.
Yeah. We've seen the hot girl in the ends that everyone's after. It's not a new like concept.
A new phenomena.
Yeah, man. I was seeing the girls out in the juicy tracksuit and I was like, hey, I can see why the man like you.
Hey, listen, Memphis Depay was
scary.
on her from early. He got her and proposed in a sleeveless tuxedo
on the beach. Hard sole shoe. So terrifying.
When Common was in love with Erykah Badu, his drip changed as well.
Yeah.
The right woman will do it to you.
But no, I'm not putting that on Laurie Harvey. I'm not putting his choice, of garments that day. I'm not putting that on Laurie.
It was all him.
Yeah.
Common was dressing like Erykah Badu.
Yeah, he just morphed into her, innit?
Yeah, pretty much. So,
what do you think, Chrissy, when you like see or hear that tweet that I read out from Zizi? What are your thoughts?
I can take, just like Van said, I feel like I understand what she thought she was trying to say.
Yeah.
But also people online just like to be obtuse. Like, you don't have to be like a millionaire or insanely attractive or anything like that to have standards and values. Yeah. It's personal to everyone. Whatever she like, what I consider to be a non-negotiable might be very different from what she considers to be non-negotiable. She's not saying if a man doesn't take you to Bali on a first date, that he's not the one for you. That's not what she's saying. She literally just said, figure out what your non-negotiables are and don't waver from them.
I'm not saying that this is true, but Zizi could also be projecting. Obviously, like, she could be speaking from experience in terms of when she wasn't the person that she is today. Yeah, she was probably like bypassing a lot of her morals and whatever it is. And then, you know, she's popping now. She's hitting new tax brackets. So now she can move in that certain way. So maybe she's just speaking from this new space that she's currently in and her looking back at what she might have been like in her experience with guys. Yeah. And now she's saying this. I'm not saying that it's true, but I'm just saying that it could be.
People speak from their experience.
That's valid, you know. That's
what
true.
Laurie's saying is true to her.
Yeah.
And also, one thing I feel goes over a lot of people's heads, you know, you can just log off. You know, you actually don't have to listen.
Oh no,
to
no,
her.
there's no
Like,
fun in that.
It's fine. You don't have to be here.
Yeah.
Like, chill. If you don't like what she's saying, just
Logging
move
off.
on.
A social app is crazy.
Like,
I don't think I've ever logged
out.
off.
Like, if I sign out, I can't log back in. I don't know my password.
Oh,
Like, this is a death row contract. Blood in, blood out.
that's why I
We
can't
tied
get into
forever.
my that ghost app. Like, I don't know what the password is. And then it logged me out, and I was like, oh, well,
Yeah, I
bye.
can't get back into TikTok.
I'm
Really?
on Facebook as well.
Yeah, it's just
But my Facebook Messenger somehow still works. Weird.
Okay.
that's the one that I locked off immediately.
Oh.
That Messenger one.
You get people from those message you. Like,
How's it going? It's not.
it's gone. I say,
Bye-bye.
How's it going? It's gone, you know. They ain't not going over here, bro.
Mm.
Nah, but yeah, I just found that funny. I was like, yeah, she always finds a way to, whether intentionally or unintentionally, get everybody like on the wrong side of her and that. I'm sure the people that agreed, but I saw a lot more of like, you know, because anytime you have anything that is more leaning towards the guys, you get labeled to pick me. You know the rules, man. If too many men are agreeing with you on social media, you said the wrong thing.
You know that tweet where Skepta said the Nyash was ringing in his head?
Yeah.
One thing that's always ringing in my head is when you said I was picking cotton in the Pick Me Garden. I actually don't know how you can rest after that.
You know, sometimes, yeah, when Chrissy highlights stuff I've said that's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Yeah. I even said in the group chat.
I don't
sometimes
even remember
I
you
just be
saying
stuff.
that. That was funny.
You said I was picking cotton in the Pick Me Garden.
You know what? I was just trying to keep
God.
on your toes here so that you don't get cooked. Because once you see what it is here, when you stand too close to the man, them, especially black men on mics,
Picking
Blood
cotton
of
in
the
the Pick
lamb.
Me Garden.
Oh my
you can't agree with us too much, man. Even if you agree
That'll
with
be
us
the
off
title.
air, like, yeah, that's an insane title.
So, Summer Jam Scrim. Okay, well done.
in the Jumbotron.
Oh my God.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't on the docket, but somewhere else I wanted to go to. I mentioned whole like black male podcasts and stuff. Then if you see what's happening with the guys over at the 90s Baby Show,
Shouts and nice.
yeah, shout out to them. You're getting cooked though. This is crazy.
Yeah, they're getting air fried.
Sauteed.
That's an air fried, you know. I wanted to speak about platforming and stuff. So to layer it, so context is their most recent episodes they put out. They had a live episode with DJ Academics.
Yeah,
because he was over in the UK across last weekend. He had a live
got a
show.
show with Castillo.
Yeah, I think that was last weekend with Castillo. It happened.
Right.
And whilst he was around, he did some content in it. And one of the people he did content with was the 90s Baby Show, and they did like a live. You know, you can go live on YouTube, and people can call in. You get donations, stuff like that. So they're able to monetize it. And clips is coming out on social media because that's the era we live in, where you put out clips to help promote the episode. And one of the clips was him talking about, you know, him getting onto women, and that wasn't well received, innit? And people were like, "Rah, like you guys are stooped to this level to get my man on, innit?" And initially, I'll be honest, I looked, I'm like, when you've got to a certain point where you've gained traction for your podcasts, after the Juju stories, after going viral for the whole wind turbine thing, you've now started getting guests every week, innit? And you're at a level now where one of the biggest podcasters in the hip-hop urban media space from the US comes over here, and one of the places he goes to is you guys. Whether they reached out or he reached out to them, you're at a point now where someone like that is on the radar. I'm not mad at them for getting him on, but it's just shit for them that he came out at a time where he's fresh off the Saucy Santana thing, Carisha, Glorilla.
If anything, like content-wise and metrics-wise,
Yeah.
now should be the right time. Especially like where there's things to talk about when it's fresh on topic. Because I would imagine like a lot of the UK audience, like, yeah, we do know what's going on over there.
Yeah.
But not on a regular, not on a regular basis where, like, you know, he does his stuff, he makes his living on a day-to-day basis with
He streams
content
every day.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he makes content every day, but then there's certain parts that are gonna reach over here, which is what the Saucy Santana situation done.
Yeah.
So like metrics wise, like I guess this would be the right time, but obviously the backlash is always going to come as well, especially like because they are a huge podcast. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know, shouts out to them. They've done the work to propel themselves to where they are. But with that, it comes with a lot of mass criticism. And obviously, like, we have a relationship with them, but there's certain things where you have to say, rightly so, particularly with the whole Pastor Toby thing.
You don't even have to preface it with a relationship. Like it's clear. Like
yeah,
like
no.
Get along and
just
stuff
saying,
like
I'm just saying. Like, you know, I think it's also important to add,
because it comes across like I love you, but
no. It
Two things can be
for
true.
me, it doesn't.
yeah, no, I hear you.
And sometimes there's also things that can be taken out of context. So that's
you know,
why
if you
have
listen
to
for the first time, you might not know our relationship. So that's fair,
So you always have to kind of cover that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That as well. So the whole the timing, the back to back stuff, it was just like
Somehow.
you can't be surprised at the lashings at this point.
Yeah. I just think I don't even like calling him Pastor Toby. That's the one I'm just like, had their lives ruined by this person. This is not the person that you give a platform to, especially knowing that a lot of your audience are young people and women, young black women.
There is a level of responsibility that, you know, we
There we
kind of
go.
need to uphold. And like you said, Chrissy, like fair enough, the act stuff may or may not have fully known to that degree.
Yeah.
And they also know who their audience are. So they would know that, like, there's a lot of their followers that would tune into an
There are a lot of women that tune into them. They are, and it's not
episode.
You know what I mean? I'm doing the thing I said don't preface it. They are, for the most part, the safer pod in regards to they're all settled, they're all married. You've seen their come up and their growth, and we love that. And you lean into that also. So when you are the family guys,
and they've got like a young episode, a young audience.
No, they do.
My
So
brothers, you know, listen to them.
Yeah, they've got the cool factor on their side, innit? So when you've got that, whether you like it or not, you do have a bit of responsibility. And do you know what it is? In this, I do feel for people at times, because in this content game, especially like for them, let's take them for example, you've gone to a place where now you're doing this full time. So it's not like just a Monday drop to the podcast and you prepare for next week. You're now every episode, whether you want to admit to it or not, you are kind of chasing that high of the numbers, the virality of getting the buzz on social media, the next big guest. So as you grow, you do those things. But the problem with that is you're taking risk and you might have some bumps in the road. So I've seen it happen with, taking it off them for a second, someone like Chucky, he's got a big podcast. He sat down with Murad Morali. And I know behind the scenes how much his people were approaching PR agents and stuff to try, because like he hadn't responded when that whole issue came out about the kinks and the interracial stuff, the weird stuff that was happening in online or whatever. He got people getting on
the Asian don that was the Love Island
guy.
That guy used to Love Island commentary and that. He got people getting onto him for sitting down with my man, because the whole thing about platforming, you have this space that you've curated and your fans and people love you for and love this space, but you're giving it to certain people who have either questionable behavior, we don't rock with them. Now, what Murad done to compare to what Pastor Toby has alleged to have done, obviously there's levels in it, but it's like just an example of when you're kind of chasing the moment and the conversation, even though people might not want to admit it, and like I don't want to speak out of turn, but that's generally what I feel like when I see certain moves, because I'm like, that person is only coming to you for a certain thing. It wouldn't shock me if Pastor Toby's people approached, because it's also a bit of a PR exercise. We've got the birthday coming up, there's a lot going on. Where would I go to and I get a bit of a fair shake? And it also might be a bit of an ego thing as well, because yes, you can get onto them for having him on, but I feel like if they were able to, like no one else has been able to get onto him properly. Zizi wasn't able to. We watched the Reggie Yates documentary and he struggled as well. He's like a bit of a slippery snake, like you can't catch him. If they was able to stick it on him, I reckon maybe the response might have been different. There's still people that I think rightly so will get onto him for having him on, but if you can actually catch him in a lie and make him look bad. But when you've had the academics episode before that and then it's back to back, it's like, what's going on here? And especially for guys that it seems like everybody really likes and loves, innit? So, but I'm with you, Vans. I echo exactly what you said. Like, I don't rock with the Pastor Toby one. I wouldn't do that. It wouldn't be something I even would. Because there's times when, even before you join us properly, where I'd put stuff in the group with Vans, just be like, oh, what do you think of this? Sometimes you just see tumbleweed in the group chat. Or sometimes it's flat out no, or like, I'm with if you're with it.
Yeah.
And it's not as risky as this, but like you still run it back because like just your gut, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm like, what does this do for us?
Yeah.
Right? And it's not just about I know that, like, you know, we are in the business of like perception.
Yeah.
And like landing certain guests is what would bring a large crowd over to, you know, poke their nose in and see it, even if you're not like a casual listener. Because with the 90s, a lot of the people that were against what, you know, the moves that they made are probably not their regular listeners, but they were also rooting for them simultaneously. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that can be one of that can be an actual thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got people that don't necessarily listen to you every week or at all, but they root for you. Like, they respect what you're doing. They're watching your come up in real time. You know, they're part of the people that may retweet, but they don't listen. Like, and you know, that's just as beneficial as listening to me.
I don't know how I feel about that, though.
But like, at the end of the day, they'll be okay. It's just about
that next episode better slap, though.
owning it, and understanding like that there is a form of responsibility when you're creating content if you really care about what the message is, what message you're spewing.
Yeah.
But we could also be taking paracetamol for someone else's headache. They could also understand like what the repercussions would be, and
it's a risk though. When you do this content thing, that there are risks in it, and like you took the risk, you took the effort, you record the episode, they both deleted. I watched the first hour of the past Toby one. The episodes on, unless they back up, they're all gone now. So that's the risk you run in it, and it's not like they moved to another studio. The setup don't look cheap to run this like operation. You know, you've got multiple cameras, people behind the scenes as well, screens. So that's the risk you run in it. You know, so
yeah. And you know, they obviously, like, we've seen them in various different like points of their journey.
Yeah.
And look, I think they'll be fine. I think this is just a lesson, I guess. If the episode doesn't come back out,
yeah.
And you know, maybe they've gone back and you know, had that conversation and been like, actually, well,
I think they would address
shouldn't be doing this again.
I think they would address that. And I think if you're smart, you probably address it to like your even
the patronies.
Yeah, you do it on your members page for the YouTube, or you put the public one out. You're still probably going to get people getting onto you. And you know what it is, we aren't above critique. My only issue with some of these things are like, it could be a reach. I see Young Spray have Tommy Robinson on. That to me is brazier than both of these. Mm-hmm. You were sitting down with the EDL Don. Now, this person's also told us they've smoked some hard stuff. So maybe you don't take them that seriously. And because it's more like street adjacent content. But that's still nuts.
The thing is, like I said, the people that were angry were the people that were rooting for them.
Yeah. It's more like they're more disappointed than anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that I get, but my thing is what you said.
The spray thing.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, there was outrage. I did see some.
Yeah.
I did see. But I don't think it's gonna last as long because he's on a different side of the community. If you get what I'm saying.
But sometimes it's not like we're laugh. I don't know how much of it is laughing with you or laughing at you at times with Donnie. And I'll tread carefully what I'm saying because people are still who they are.
You've
but
been guided.
Yes, guidance is good, you know.
Because if you take a moment just to like the comments under people's posts when someone is getting cooked, you'll know who is like, why is everyone outraged? Like, this is lit.
I'm sure they were, because when it first came out, the academics episode first came out, I was seeing a lot of like clear, like people bigging up like, "Rah, you've got this," and that was my point. You've got this big figure on your platform, like this. But is crazy.
It's not to diminish what they're like, you know, where they've come, like at the point of where they've got to. Yeah. Sorry, they've got to that point, and there's certain people that are going to look at that and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is clear." Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the whole Twitch community, like the younger community that are like really engaged with these man's content, especially across the pond, like, which is a bigger pool.
Yeah.
Of course.
He said himself he watches that, like, he likes the people that, he actually said he watches their content. He likes people that can be lighthearted and banter and flow with each other. So he's aware. It wasn't just like, oh, they've got numbers, these are popping guys. From what he said anyway, if I take him for what he said, he actually watches them.
I don't doubt for 1 second, especially like knowing that domestically, like when your stuff, like, you know, is being consumed like heavily, like you're one of the popping ones, like, don't think that people from other parts of the world aren't listening.
Yeah,
because they are.
Yeah, no, of course.
Good content is good content.
Yeah, and you've gone viral a few times as well.
People that listen to this, who you may not think are listening.
It's true.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Man said y'all, you know. Man said anything to cross over.
Yeah. I told you we were going mainstream. I said it. I manifested.
Manifest, kid.
11 and that.
What I wanted to say, to your point earlier about the whole people rooting for them. There is one thing I don't like. I'm struggling like how to even maybe make my point is that like this thing of the people that don't actually engage in your content also have a lot of power over like you getting rubbed out a little bit. Like,
we're in an era of like
actually don't engage in stuff. I know like even people that maybe don't listen actively every week but they retweet, or people that maybe just wait for clips.
Yeah.
I know there was probably really heavy on like Instagram. I know people that came to the live show and they admit, you know what, when they were trying like, you know, I forgot if I don't really listen like that, but like the clips you guys post on social media, and I was like, you know what, let's lean into that more because
I never got that.
No, because at the time it was like they're gonna start listening now because they saw.
No, but I'm saying, did someone come up to you and say that? And
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never got that.
Yeah.
But you know, shout outs to you
thumbs up.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is like I'm sure there are people that actively listen that are true fans of them day in, day out, week on week, episode on episode, that share the same sentiments that were disappointed. But the people that don't actively listen and they can be like, you're done. That thing, it does grate on me a little bit because I'm like,
no, I understand.
I understand
where you're coming
is the
from.
most important
I understand
thing.
where you're coming from.
And now you shouldn't take for granted your audience just because you've always had like, they've not really had other than like the whole stag do thing, but that was like more of an interpersonal issue. They could have kept that off the table. We wouldn't have never known about that, innit? They haven't really had scandals or like skirmishes online. They have quite clean faces social media wise, innit? So
they're good guys.
No, they're lovely guys. Those are our guys, isn't it? So it's like
shouts to them,
people definitely rooting for them, but I'm just like, if my audience rock with it, yeah. But that's the danger in it. So it's like, yeah, man. And you know, it's also you got to listen to your audience, innit? And maybe this is an example of maybe one or two. Maybe don't take your audience for granted. That's the point I want to make. Or always try and check back in. What do your audience like from you? Because what it is like you have a little ceiling of like the episode you have where like you may have all the young black girls from the social media world, YouTube influencer, radio presenting. That does have a ceiling on it. And then the artist thing is also very temperamental because they only come around during album promotion time. And some of that stuff is also, it can be difficult, innit? Then you can do the crossover thing where you have other podcasters on. People from the professional world. Like after a while, you're trying to grow in it. But the problem is, do you also have the know-how to have conversations with certain people? So like the stuff going on with Palestine in a minute. Yeah. I wouldn't go put myself and go speak to Piers Morgan, like how a lot of people from the Muslim world have gone over. I saw Jeremy Corbyn on there. I love Jeremy Corbyn. Amazing man, shit politician. And an example of that is going on Piers Morgan. Yeah. He's never going to give you a fair shake. True. The conversation's not been had in good faith.
And the producers went on there. Piers Morgan's ear, like, get that guy.
He asked
him.
There's a classic episode, I think the politician is Michael Howard from back in the day. He gets asked the same question 9 times. And as soon as I saw that clip of Piers Morgan asking Jeremy Corbyn to basically denounce Hamas, and he doesn't, I don't know if in the wider clip he does, but in that clip I saw, I'm like, this is bad across the board. It's bad from him as a host, as a presenter. Yeah, but it's also bad from you as well. Like, I'm like, these are the small things where I love you so much. I'm like, you shouldn't be on there, man. You're never going to get a fair shake as Jeremy Corbyn with Piers Morgan. Because all the stuff that's plagued you, people labeling you like a supporter of Hamas or anti-Semitic and stuff, you go and sit in the melting pot of that with Donny. You're never going to get a fair shake. And that's what I'm speaking to in regards to like, maybe some people, certain conversations aren't for you. Because even as much, like, I definitely want to speak to Pastor Toby.
You're saying we don't have the range.
But you have to know who you are. If I bump my head and let my ego rule me, I don't think I would, because I'll probably be a bit too upset, too angry.
If you bump your head, you're concussed.
Like concussion. Concussed light.
Concussed light.
I know I'm rambling a little bit, but it's like certain conversations aren't for you. Like,
I hear you.
You're like, if you need someone to go represent us in mainstream media, there's always like a name like a Carla will jump out for certain conversations. You're not gonna go and send me and Fred. Like, you're not going to. That's not a diss. It's just the truth, though.
Aye.
If your platform is a lot about like your interpersonal relationship, your relationship off screen with your lady or your guy, or you're doing dilemmas, talk about pop culture, it's not a diss. We can't. Even though I've said jokingly like this is going to be a one-stop shop for everything, there's a cap on that. There is a cap. I don't have the expertise for everything.
That is true. That is true
for everyone.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I think that
ran over.
I think what people would want is for a lot of us to be a little bit more well balanced, more well versed in just on a general basis, which I feel like this is what they're alluding to when they say that we don't have you know, the range or whatever have you. But I guess like with what your gripe is, there's a little bit of pushback from me just because I know that you don't necessarily always have to tune into my content to support. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
true,
you can be aware of it and you can speak highly of it to someone else, even though it may not be your thing. And this is where I found peace with like friends of mine and this podcast. Like, I think at the beginning when I first started, I was hoping for like support from everyone, not knowing that, or even knowing that podcasts may not even be their thing. They don't even understand what's going on. And I'm expecting them to tune in. Like, there's just like, I remember I was speaking to one of my boys, like he was just off the grid. The only thing he had was YouTube. And we weren't on YouTube yet. And he was like, bro, you're on YouTube. And I was like, bro, can you not get like SoundCloud or something? Like, why are you not on Spotify? That's scary. Like, why are you not on Apple Music? It's scary. Like, what are you doing during your workouts? And YouTube Premium weren't about then. Like, so I'm thinking, how, like, what are you listening to, bro?
We doing.
But then I had to quickly understand that not everyone's going to be into it, but they still support me in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. And people are always going to have the license to share their opinion on your shit, like when they see something that they don't like.
Yeah.
And this is something that we have to be content over.
Yeah. I completely agree. Like, just like you said, people can support you in different ways.
People might listen to this and be like, these dons are chatting shit.
Yeah. Like, wait, what? Well, I'm not a don, so.
Donette.
No. That was gender specific. You said dons. These dons are chatting shit. Yes.
Well, you don't want to be a donette?
No. These
dons and donette.
No, that's not what you said.
These dons and donette.
That's not what you said, though. You said these dons are chatting shit.
But we can get donette off as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Talking so much shit.
Can we specify what a donette is?
That's your word.
A woman's version of a don, innit? I felt like that felt like a trap. I don't know why. I just felt unsafe.
I just wanted to know what you thought.
Do you know, to your point, I hear everything you're saying. I think mine was just more about battling with just that notion of like, it's not even your audience that can be your undoing more than anything. That's all it really was. But at the end of the day, if you do anything egregious, you're putting content on the internet, people have, if you're going to get all the love, there are going to be times people are going to have critique in it. And the real truth is, you can't have all of the people all of the time, innit?
What about the stands that are on your side, regardless, picking cotton from the pick-me garden?
No, we need them. They help inflate our egos. You know, they make us feel fantastic.
Okay, wait me.
So it's like,
what a bad vibes, Don.
Listen, everybody at some point deserves, you know, like how Rihanna's got the Navy or Nicki Minaj has got her stands, whatever. Everybody deserves like that at some point.
Nicki's ones are scary.
No, they are definitely very scary, but it's like, it would be nice to have that, you know, like that undying love. Because I would like to think I wouldn't use and abuse it. But
what are our fans called? The cufflinks, obviously, but
cufflinks in the RNA community.
RNA community.
Yeah,
we'll just go with cufflinks. Can we? No. You know what? Feral. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Shout out to the boys. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smash out of the park, man. If you can get Stormzy on next week, all is forgiven.
Yeah, exactly. That was it.
So yeah,
that was it.
Or get us on.
Let's go.
For the while. Yeah. So. Yeah, man. And I was looking at Chris, it's just like, this thing ain't even like, no, it's sad for some people, it's not that deep, like, but it just have Pastor Toby on again, man.
Never.
Yeah, don't do that again, man. We don't need that in it. So
Scary man.
Leave that to them idiot blogs.
Yeah, leave that to them, man. What else is on the agenda? Should we do music? I want to speak music early.
Woo!
Let's go.
What enthusiasm!
Yeah,
I'm waiting for this to charge back up. I want to get some of this content. Chris Brown album dropped. 11/11.
11/11.
An hour and a bit.
Yeah.
22 songs.
Yeah.
Hour
11
and 11
a.m.
minutes.
11 p.m.
An hour and 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Yeah.
I'm absolutely talking shit.
That would have been smart
believe
if
you
you
as well.
to do that.
Don't lie to me again, man. I probably believe you, but don't do that again, man.
It's just like 21 seconds. Like each verse is 21 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been, if he is as meticulous as I think he is, then, you know. But you got 22 songs, first half 11 a.m., second half 11 p.m. And I enjoy the album.
However,
I do think when I first listened to a Chris Brown album, I'm like, this is cool. This is easy listening. Like, I like how he makes music. I like his music. But at the same time, what I got from the last album is what I'm getting in this album. But I just don't know the songs that well as of yet. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's only been out 5 minutes.
It's only been out 5 minutes, and there are a couple songs which are standouts for me. And I feel like Chris Brown is just one of those artists that is just like a packaged entertainer where you have to see him in everything that he brings.
A live setting,
or just like visually, like you'll listen to the song and you'll watch the video because you know that it will be an entertaining one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas like listening, just purely listening, you might walk away and take something from it. But like, I would have much preferred a condensed version. I know that 22 songs
is the closest we're going to get.
It's the closest
version for Chris Brown.
For Chris Brown, so because Breezy, his previous album was like, what, 20 songs, 21 songs, but then he released the deluxe with 10 more songs on it.
Yeah.
Which I believe that he's going to do the same for on this album. The album before that, Indigo, it was the same kind of track listing. Like, and these albums are albums that I listen to regularly.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? But then like he got off to a good start with the Sensational song.
Yeah, he had us from there. I was like, yeah, I'm in.
And there's been people that have liked it instantly, and then there's been people that wasn't so sure about it, but then they've grown to like it.
That's me.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
But radio with Chris Brown will do that too, because he's dominant on radio as well. And if you hear his song enough, it's
a good song. Like, what he's good at is like he knows how to make a song. He knows how to make a song sound nice. Where, like, you know, in whatever mood that you're in, like, he can make an upbeat. He can make something like that. And I think there's been people that have been speaking about, like, you know, Chris Brown's dabbling in the diaspora. Like, he's got the second single with Byron Messiah.
Yeah.
I wasn't too fond of that one.
Do you know what it is?
I don't like Island Chris Brown. Yeah. I like Afrobeat Chris Brown though.
Do you know what it is? There's certain American artists when it's Carnival, like they step into like the vibes of Afrobeats, the island music. Yeah, like they have just certain twang and like certain words they'll use. Yeah, and you're like, this is just from like the stockpile of these are the sounds to use when you're in this space. I reckon if he does more music with the guys from the islands, I reckon he hit out of the park. Because have you ever heard the song he did with Section Boys? Where he's trying to do the like
I always reference it.
He's always tried a thing in it, and it hasn't always worked. But when he's got it right, he's got it right. So I reckon if he does more music with those guys from that world,
like he was from Birmingham.
Yeah, like he's trying to do a London accent, it was off. But my point is, Byron Messiah, if he does, if he links like a Popcorn or Valiant or other, like if there's the right song, I reckon eventually he'll get there.
Yeah, he's a master of the art.
Yeah, so
he is a studio rat, and there was a song that went viral of his with Justin Bieber that was supposed to have made the album, And on the day of the album release, there was a lot of people that were like, what happened to this song?
Yeah, where is it?
And he had responded saying that the lawyers couldn't get it cleared in time.
Oh, did it have a sample in it or something?
Yeah, I think it must have had a sample of some sort in there or like it could have just been a paperwork thing.
Okay.
Where like it couldn't make the deadline because, you know, obviously like you've got to turn your project in. But with Chris, he's always going to drop a deluxe. So I think that if he drops the deluxe, like, I don't know, let's say around Christmas, there's chances are that it's going to be on there.
Okay.
And I've heard the song and it's hard.
Oh, well, like Insider exclusive.
I mean, it's out there.
She thought you had like the
I was like,
one of Chris's people sent it to me.
Wagwan. Like when it's released,
You know,
for public
the blood on the
consumption,
low.
you'll know.
Hey.
Would you said about obviously Mama being an entertainer, like a master entertainer, like know how to make a good song. I don't know if it's a gripe. My only thing is, do you feel like there are any themes on this album? Or is it just like I'm just trying to make good music and these are vibes?
Well, the theme, I don't know how
outside of the 11.
I don't know how the whole 11/11 thing ties into this.
Probably the drugs.
Possibly, and maybe like because when he announced it, it was supposed to be 11 songs out on November the 11th at 11/11, right? So it was very much stuck to the theme, but then maybe within their team they couldn't explain why this was called 11/11. So maybe they were like, all right, you've recorded 1,000 songs, maybe we can do 22 songs and make it a double-sided where the beginning is, the first half is 11 a.m, which is supposed to be a lot more upbeat,
vibes,
and then 11 p.m. is more geared to like
fucky.
You know, sexy hours, you know, and Chris does that well. Do you know what I mean? So
maybe it's just that thing. Maybe because when you see 11/11, you think about the whole angel number, spirituality thing. So I don't know. I just feel like they leaned enough into it. Like,
I mean, I didn't see the distinction between the two halves. To be fair, but again, like I need to spend more time with it, and you know, there's been other projects that I've also taken in, so I haven't. I've played it like 2 or 3 times.
Right, yeah.
But there are definitely songs on there that I'm like, Chris is always going to be Chris, and he's going to like, you know, deliver in a way that like, you know, I like how he makes this type of song.
Yeah, there's good music on there. I won't deny him that. I've listened a couple of times. I'm like you. I think because it's 22 songs, and it's not like it's like this interlude or this storytelling. It's just very much song after song after song. I might have to listen to it a bit more, but just for the first couple of listens, it's good music.
He has a running theme like over the past couple of albums where like he's cut songs in half.
Yeah.
So like he'll give you one half of a song and then it will blend into another song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even like there's a song where he's yelling, he has anxiety. Like I'm enjoying that shit. I'm not thinking about his pain.
Oh. Okay. I'm happy that you're happy.
Yeah. So shout outs to C Breezy, man. Like I went to see him earlier this year as well, which is probably gonna go down as a highlight in like when we do like our annual or yearly wrap up
or like
of
big
like
things happen across the year and stuff.
Yeah, and the shows that I've been to a few shows this year. So
Rema.
Yeah, I am. I'm so angry
baby,
about
calm
that.
down.
Yeah, calm down.
That would have been.
I hope it goes off, and I hope everyone's well behaved and people are on time, man.
Apparently, it's streaming on YouTube.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Oh yeah.
So I'll watch that back, man.
But yeah, who else?
MEEK and Ricky Rose.
Maybach Music's very own. I think it's part of the reason why I started with I'm a Boss, because taking it back to the glory years of MMG and the introduction of Meek Mill to the masses.
Yeah.
I'm a Boss was like a monster, bro. Like it was just mad. Like I remember hearing it for the first time and I was like, yeah, Ross has got one. He's got one.
Man heard it and he texted Vic, take us out the hood, man.
Yeah, I was like, bro. I was like, drop out of uni right now. And you wanted to do it anyway.
Oh my gosh,
supporting his dreams, isn't it? Too Good to Be True. I guess it's titled that because they were beefing for quite a lengthy period, and
they did downplay that a lot, and I respect it because not everything needs to be for our ears, but there definitely was some tension there.
Yeah,
and I did jokingly say like, right, if you want to get, I made that reference about, right, you want to get off the label, yeah, I need one more project, and you got to do it with me.
Good.
It says Maybach Music Group, and I think they had like a licensing deal with
to Gamma.
Yeah, so and Meek, obviously, I do like the side of him where he comes out and just reveals a lot. So he tweeted out like it's the first time he owns like 100% of his music.
Yeah, so. I do have some facts that I might have to read out about that as well. Okay. Too Good to Be True came out. The
lead single was good, Shaq and Kobe.
I
like that as a teaser to.
It was a street single, like traditionally going back to back, no hook.
Yeah,
it was like, you know, one of those hard hitting beats where, you know, that's where Meek thrives. Do you know what I'm saying? And Ross is there to kind of like dress it up and add that finishing touch.
I like him. I think he's really like. Obviously, he's not downplaying my man's thing, but like, you know, the heyday of Khaled and Snapchat, and like, you know, they didn't want us to win, and it's so almost larger than life.
Yeah.
Ross is, even though like the music maybe isn't, but he's, for me, in that place from social media, seeing him show his whole estate during COVID and that. Even when you watch the videos, yeah, when I was looking to the camera,
so scary.
Meek's got a freestyle funk flex, and Ross is
yeah,
he doesn't even rap. He's
so
just about
funny.
He is in character the whole time. I love it.
The thing is, I think that Ross over the years has become a lot more relaxed.
Yes,
like in terms of his personality. Like I think that he's got to the point where he realizes that like he's probably accomplished all of his goals. Maybe like, you know, like maybe like some Grammys is what he would want to win, like a lot more. I think
of course,
a lot of artists would want to have Grammys under their belt. But to me, Ross like has been so important to hip hop over the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Like I can't even downplay anything that he's done. So like right now, he can say that like, you know, he's done what he's done like on his own, and then he's also developed artists, and he's also like provided us with like moments like with MMG like as an entire sort of like brand.
They had a run as like a roster. They had like
the compilation albums, the self-made volumes that they had out. Like, so at this point in his career, as he's not necessarily prioritizing music in the same way that he did maybe in 2005 to 10.
Yeah.
But it's not bad quality at all. It's just vintage Ross and Meek. But just like it felt for me, this project felt like very mixtapey.
But to be fair, that's what all that stuff was. The self-made stuff was mixtapey, innit? So I do feel like
yeah, just with original beats.
Yeah, because how good the music is, it could essentially be albums.
Yeah.
But like, I do feel it missed that nostalgia a little bit. We obviously got Wale on there as well.
That's one of the best songs on there.
I would have liked to have seen Gunplay, but he's dealing with some different stuff at the moment.
Fine Lines is called.
Yeah, my man's been moving a bit mad in that.
And
I would have liked that.
And one thing that Gunplay would do, this is how you know he's mad loyal to Ross, even though like he probably gives Ross a lot of headaches with like his legal troubles and stuff.
Yeah.
But whenever Ross calls Gunplay to hop on a song, he always delivers.
Yeah.
Always. Like, that's the hill that I would die on with Gunplay.
What was the last album? He's got a song with, bruv, the song's so hard off it might be the last album from Rick Ross, yeah.
Port of Miami 2.
No, was it Port of Miami 2?
I think that was the last album.
No, Richer Than I Ever Been, yeah.
Oh, was that his last album?
That was the last album.
Is that the one where he's looking like Sister Doris on the front cover?
Steady.
Yeah, Richer Than I Ever Been.
You know, you're right. I think it was Port of Miami 2. He's got a song with Gunplay called Nobody's Favorite.
Yeah.
That song is so hard. Like him and Gunplay, yeah.
On Power Circle, on Self-Made 2.
Yeah.
he kills that verse. Like some people would be like, oh yeah, Kendrick, but Kendrick was rapping in circles.
Vans is hilarious, you know. I say, yeah, Kendrick.
Kendrick was rapping in circles, man. Like,
I do like this album. I'm with you. I think it does give that mixtape feel, which isn't a bad thing. I think my only small gripes would be maybe the I would like to see Gunplay. Maybe I'd like to see Wale more than once. I think it was.
Bro, the rhythm, Go to Hell.
Yeah,
with Beam and the beat by Cool and Dre. So hard.
That's crazy.
I was like, all right, I'm locked in.
Do you know what I like though? I loved Iconic. I would have rather seen French Montana on Iconic than a song French Montana's on. I get why he's on there because it was giving like more booty shaking, ass shaking music.
Yeah.
But I would have liked to see French on Iconic. That gave me more Harry Fraud era mac and cheese. It gave me that vibe.
More so than Millionaire Row, where he's on.
Yeah. I get why he's on there, but yeah.
What line from the album would you yell from the top of your lungs?
I haven't found it yet.
Okay.
I haven't found it yet. But like,
you see from my next capture on Insta, the next photo I'll post.
What a tart.
Probably, you know, you always get like a little album lyric.
Gagging for it. Oh
how I listen to Ross or MMG in my house is different to how I listen to them in public.
You got big headphones on and then you're just
That's what
crazy.
I'm saying. So like, what is the line that you would just...
I'll let you know when I'm like, yeah, this is the line where I'm yelling.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll circle back.
Yeah, a couple features on this project. You've got Vori, you got Beam, you got Fab.
I like Fab on there. What's the matter with that?
On Dead Last. That was like sort of like a song where you can kind of get something out of the rappers. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just how the beat is designed. When you listen to a certain beat, you're like, all right, cool. You kind of know what bag they're gonna be or what pocket they're gonna be in on this song. You got Tiana Taylor on there. You got Khaled on there.
Told you she didn't retire.
Oh.
You got The Dream on there.
The Dream and Ross are always going to do something.
That's Fine Lines. That's the song with Wale.
Yeah.
You got Jeremiah on there. French Montana. You got Future.
You got Jeremiah cheating on 50 Cent with Rick Ross. Crazy.
Well.
Then you've got the Shaq and Kobe remix with Shaquille O'Neal and Dame Lillard.
Yeah.
Dame Lillard he kind of goes in.
He does.
I can't lie. Shaquille O'Neal, when I first heard his verse, I was like, oh shit, he's kind of... But then I heard it properly. I was like, get this old man off.
Yeah, sit down,
This
grandpa.
song.
He had albums out back in the day.
He did,
Back in the
but...
day. It's now present.
Sorry.
It's enough.
Get this man off.
Yeah. It's end of the album. I wasn't overly mad at it. Am I running to listen to Shaquille O'Neal? Absolutely not.
Oh,
I saw a certain man saying, oh yeah, that man cooked. And I was like, they cooked the wrong thing.
Oh, it didn't taste good.
Yeah. Whatever you cooked,
cook it again.
Where's Keith Lee when you need him?
Yeah.
Criticize this.
Oh my gosh.
Criticize this cooking.
Criticize these bars, you know. No, I enjoyed it. It's cool. It's like, you know, now what I want from Meek though is let's go back in and let's lean into the Vori relationship. I know you could make some really good music. You have as well. Like, let's lean into that.
Vori's hard.
Let's get to the raps, man. I think social media alone a little bit with the antics, but he same thing with like the Rick Ross about him like being really relaxed and like chilling out and having a good laugh and that. Meek just seems to be embracing being silly on social media.
I can't.
So I think we're at a point where now
their promo run has been funny.
It's been
I can't
very
lie.
good.
Their rollout has been funny.
I can watch Meek and I enjoy him as a character.
Yeah.
But like I've always said, Meek raps like he teeth studio time. Like the studio owner's like round the corner and he's just got to get all these words out. It stresses my brain
Probably
out.
comes from like coming up where it's like, I've only got $10 like, and I have to know my lines. Like,
this is what I'm saying.
The mentality of like, you know, the dirty braids.
Yeah, that kind of hunger, that level of hunger is not for me. I hope people enjoy it.
You're saying well-fed babe.
Yeah, honestly, it's not for me.
So I was reading a thread from Brian Zizuk. He's the co-founder and SVP of operations at AudioMac.
Okay.
He was talking about Too Good to Be True.
Right.
So he says Rick Ross and Meek Mill just released a new album, pulling in projected 35,000 SPS sales plus streams in the first week. Despite the seemingly modest sales figure, at least compared to their back catalogue performance. The number that really matters is 100. For Too Good to Be True, Ross and Meek, MMG signed a licensing deal with Gamma, allowing the pair to maintain 100% ownership of their master rights. Gamma will exploit their recordings during the term of the agreement. When that term ends, rights revert to Ross and Meek. I haven't read their agreement, but typically once a label, in this case Gamma, recoups their advance on the album, the act in this case, Ross and Meek, is entitled to a significant share, 51% to 80% of future royalties. Gamma owns nothing.
Oh, I love that.
Owning master rights empowers artists to dictate the terms of their music use, opening up future licensing ops and additional revenue streams. Ross and Meek, previously in the major label system, created the leverage over the past decade that made this type of deal possible. So consider the broader context instead of judging an album's success solely by initial projected sales figures. It's 2023, not 1993. Like many of their peers, Ross and Meek are navigating the industry with focus on ownership, demonstrating a strategic, thoughtful approach. And lastly, before dismissing their album, or any album for that matter, for perceived low sales, understand the difference between deal types and appreciate the business acumen of an act that benefited from the exposure of a major and then bounced for better, more equitable terms.
I love that. Black men in business. Go them.
No, I love that stuff. And I think that point is good as well. Of course, like artists should definitely shoulder the blame, because when they're doing well, they always scream about their numbers. So you can't blame the audience when we start talking about numbers. Yep. You guys create that narrative. Yep. I'm the biggest, so I did 1 million this week or whatever. So when people see like City Girls doing like 4,000 or 5,000, whatever his first week, we see Meek and Ross doing 35. A lot of that is, if you're not with a major label, you're not getting the same level of marketing and promotion. And they literally are working their project like they're new artists. I've seen even P. Diddy. He's doing so much content up and down London. He's moving around like he just came out yesterday. So these man, old school,
yeah, and these man like probably like in the thread said that like they've been in the system of the majors and they've seen how it's benefited them, and they've also seen how, like, you know, how much they've made a label. Yeah. So this, like, you know, late into their career, like they can kind of, you know, make some changes and dictate and, you know, leverage certain things to their benefit in the future.
What's the point of going number one and let's say doing like 3 and 4 and 500,000? If, I don't know, this could be inaccurate, but if you're doing the 35,000 across the first week, it's not gonna stop selling, but you're receiving more money out of that than the other deal. Yeah, who's like, and you're already established. You've got the back catalogue. You're and good at this point. Aiming
for number one for them, like, would have been ambitious. So I don't think that that's what they projected.
No, they would have to have got like a really low sales week or a Drake feature.
Yeah, because their first single, Shaq and Kobe, no hook.
It's just like, your point is right, Vans. This is more of a mixtape than anything, but we just can sell it.
Yeah,
yeah. It's a mixtape.
Absolutely. Like, and they've got Kid Art, who's like an amazing director in the visuals, so you can see like that there's like the visuals have been done properly.
Yeah.
But their man have the money, they've got, you know, the resources and stuff, like, so, you know, they can make it seem in a certain way, but then they can also benefit from it in the future, man. Like, I think that people are still going to be bumping this, just may not be in the same vein as it was back in 2012.
Yeah, no, not at all. But no, it's good, man. Chris, is there anything you've been listening to at the minute? Any albums or songs that you've been?
No, the man's had me in a chokehold.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, not even a fun kind.
Oh, okay. Chrissy After Dark. What?
Sorry, inside thoughts. No, I actually haven't listened.
No? Okay.
Sorry, let me preface that. It's because I have just finished the... I've just finished the Britney Spears book.
Oh, okay.
The
Was that the audio book?
Yeah. Which is really interesting. So that's what I've been listening to.
That was narrated by Michelle Williams, right?
Yeah, but I really don't think it's Michelle Williams of Destiny's Child fame.
I know. It's probably Heath Ledger's baby mother.
Oh, it took me about 2 chapters to realise that.
Use your pop culture facts and that. Who is that?
Michelle Williams. She was in Dawson's Creek.
Didn't watch that.
Okay. She was also in Marilyn Monroe biopic.
Also didn't watch that.
Okay.
I went to see that in the cinema. I can't remember what it was called though. Something with Marilyn. I think she won an Oscar for it.
Shout out her.
Yeah.
We need to get you on the pub quiz.
That Michelle Mullins.
I think it's just be knowing stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
Did you, man, not watch Dawson's Creek back in the day?
I don't remember the person by name
No,
like that.
I didn't watch that.
I'm
show.
like that. When you said Michelle Williams, like, oh, well, Destiny's Child.
Yeah, I was like, Michelle?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I've been listening to most of the time. It's been really good.
Yeah, those projects have had me. I've still been listening to Quolem's Mellow, which is
Oh, the Donny that's walking around with his child everywhere.
yeah. First guy to be a dad in that. I love that.
Like 6 lakh.
Yeah. Niggas have a baby.
Put your child down.
They're becoming light in
Oh
the
my God, we've heard
Yeah.
reproduction.
Like-
We get it great.
This is hate.
Put that infant down.
Oh yeah, it's a pure hate. Do you know what I wanted to... Oh, go on.
I did want to recommend a really good album that I've listened to over the weekend that was also dropped on the same day as Chris Brown and Ross and Meek. Is BJ the Chicago Kid.
Really good artist.
He dropped a project called Gravy. I implore everyone to listen to that album.
Is it that good?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out and touch on it probably next week. Have you listened to it or just...
I've listened to it twice. The first time I was like, I think I listened to it back to back. Really good R&B.
he makes good music.
No, that was just such an
I
uncle.
can't remember the song, but we've
15 songs.
Okay.
15 songs, just under an hour. Robert Glasper's on there. Chloe Bailey's on there. Coco Jones is on there.
No Victoria Monet on there?
No. But how this sounds and how it feels like it's been curated, it just seems like BJ has gone in and he's just recognized all the talented people that he wants to work with, and they've just locked in and created this great piece of work.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gravy is out now on all DSPs. Shouts to BJ, the Chicago Kid, man. He's hard.
No, check out. Someone shouts out to Long Live Brands, who listens to the podcast and DM'd us. I think this is like last week, so I missed it, but I did bring it back. There was a Shea Barrow post basically from Chip saying, I went to the freestyle a couple months back on radio.
Oh, the Mary J thing.
And they said, I can't spit on someone else's beat. I'm like, bruh, what has actually happened to the MC/rap scene? A big part of how people used to blow up was going on other people's beats. I'd literally just slap some of them on YouTube. I don't even want to monetize. Give the P to whoever wants it. Like my Tim Westwood freestyle wasn't on my own beat. That was Tiny's. Fire Lie wasn't on my own beat. That's an old school garage tune. The list goes on. 3 bars. I didn't know this was happening, but apparently some people don't want people spitting on their beats and stuff, which I think is...
Manage it.
Yeah, this is like the politics maybe of the scene that like I may not be privy to.
Yeah, that was news
but
to me.
I just don't necessarily agree with. I'm on Chip's side on this one.
Yeah.
This is how like we listen to a lot of our greats like outside of their own music that they were doing. It was a big reason as to why I was into 50 and G Unit, because I used to have their mixtapes where they're spitting over other beats. Lil Wayne as well. He was like, you know, how he really came to like dominance is spitting on other people's beats on his mixtapes and whatnot.
Think about dancehall.
Yeah. It was just another way of like exhibiting your skill. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like and just playing around like and exercising like what you're supposed to be good at. Yeah. You know? So like
business is business, but I think that's shit if that's the case.
It's shit, but I feel like maybe a bit bad vibes, but I feel like if someone says they don't want you to use their art for something, what are you going to do?
It's not even like I'm using your, you know, like how Jacquees done the whole LMA thing.
Yeah.
That I understand LMA's gripes. But this isn't necessarily that. Like, we heard Fire Alive from Chip. That's not his beat.
Yeah.
He just jumped on it. Like, do you know what I mean? And it ended up being something that will contribute to his catalogue or like to him stepping up. When Fire Alive dropped, like, he was able to spit that at a rave and everyone was waiting for it. Everyone knew the bars.
It's a different end, as I think, like, I'm with Chrissy to a degree. I think also we need to maybe know what the beat was. So is it someone that's a new artist? Like if you're kind of taking away energy from my thing, maybe. Also, YouTube is massive now, isn't it? And a lot of platforms, whether that's radio station, they have like their own freestyle platform, or their premier DJ will have their own freestyle platform. So if that goes on there, and because you're Chip, you're probably going to smoke it. It's probably going to do well. It's going to do numbers. Now, if I may be hearing that beat for the first time with Chip, it's just the association thing. And also, if Chip goes and smokes it, it might make my thing look a bit more meaty. So even aside from like the whole art thing, and maybe just boxing clever, you know what, Chip, you don't want to know. Like, allow it.
Do you know what? Because I did see a snippet from Chip, maybe last week or the week before, where he's spitting over a beat, and it has the Mary J. Blige "Be Without You" sample.
Yes,
and he absolutely kills it. He goes in, but I can't remember what the caption said, but he was like, "I want to release this, but
maybe that's the one. That
might be the one." But I also want our listeners to know that like there's a lot of producers that just put their beats out there on YouTube for any artist to grab.
Very
so
true.
like the Byron Messiah, what's the song called? Taliban's. Bro, that was like on YouTube for a while.
Was that just out there?
That was out there. That was out there.
That's crazy.
Like
I love that's a beat of music.
One of my guys that spits, he was like, I had that beat from like 2019.
That's crazy.
But the thing is that like this happens regularly, like whether it's out there to the public or not, or just a circuit of other rappers. It's about what you do to the beat.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, remember when Bobby Shmurda came, Lloyd Banks, even Bow Wow came and said he had that beat.
Oh, Shad.
Even our national anthem. Before we go, we've got to talk about gigs and Diddy the show and that. Talking Hardest was out there. Someone had that. It's like it's not a Dre beat. Someone else.
It is a Dre beat. Yeah. Stats Quo.
Stat Quo. Yeah.
Stat Quo. He had the beat. He has the song.
Yeah. But we don't recognize your one. Sorry, bro.
We don't recognize your one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Talking Hardest, man. National anthem, innit?
Yeah.
That was dope to see. I feel like I don't know, maybe like not you, Chrissy, but me and Vans, we failed some of our favourites. So I failed 50. I didn't go to see him.
50.
You didn't go to see Victoria Monet. I see you tweeting about it. You failed her.
I did, yeah.
Gigs had the show with Diddy. I think we was talking last week about like, or maybe I was saying that I was maybe interested to really see like how it runs. And from some people I know that went, they said like it was just like when gigs come out, just like he just went bang for banger. Like I'm treated like a shubs. I ain't playing. Brought out dubs, the pains, the essence. Like he was going for it really early. There was a bit in the show where his son came out, Tiny Boost and Young Steph, which was nice. Suspect did obviously FBG, designer all my attire.
You broke boys over there looking retired.
Look at them trainers, look at those
tired.
Someone
Tired.
me a lighter. I'm high.
So I'm about to get higher. Stepped in, balling.
Yeah, you don't know the song.
Yeah.
You need to know the street anthems, man.
I just wanted you guys to sing it.
Okay, thank you, man.
Sure.
Welcome.
Hope you did a good job.
I'll teach you.
So that was dope, and it was more like it was a celebration of us, innit? More than anything, innit? Because obviously they was in a small venue. They could have done a massive venue. Like it's not. It was for charity as well. I think for sickle cell.
I love that.
Awareness, which was nice.
Wonderful.
So go on, Vans. Let off some hate. When he tilts the neck to the left like that, I feel hate incoming.
After what you just said, I can't hate.
Oh, sorry, that step all over it.
Yeah, you stepped all over my hate.
Sorry.
Do you know what? It was good to see.
Bro, shine.
He did, just like Barack Obama in 2008, but you know.
He's trying to be president of Belize,
yeah, I know. He did step out like he was at the inauguration in 2008.
He even changed the lyrics to
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys, yeah. He doesn't say certain things like... They did it, was it a BT performance when that one's clearer?
I mean, in that song, like he's talking crud.
Yeah, but obviously I'm trying to run for president. I can't be saying the stuff that I said.
Then don't come out and perform. That was the old me.
No, but it's still an ode. Some people say that they can't
buy
believe...
my manifesto.
They can't believe that...
Buy my manifesto.
Yeah. Vote for me, innit?
Yeah,
that's more important. But some people can't believe what happened in the club. He's still hanging out with Diddy. Bruv, I think he is the biggest gangster alongside Putin.
After 10 years inside, maybe he's developed a certain piece that he wouldn't have got if he done 2.
Yeah.
I got deported, Vans.
Yeah.
I know, but...
He was deported?
Yeah, because like, Yeah.
Oh,
He's not from America, yeah. So
sorry to that man.
Not from America. I think like at the time, I think what Diddy was trying to do with him, he was like, oh yeah, Biggie's no longer here. Let me get someone that has the same type of cadence.
Oh.
Because he did have that type of like voice.
he wasn't putting it on.
Sleep apnea.
He wasn't putting it on like, but you know, I think when Diddy heard it, he was like, oh yes, great. And we can get the ladies to like him.
He just didn't have the presence with it though. That's what it was, isn't it?
But obviously he's from the islands, so they were like, oh yeah, let's go and get Barrington Levy.
That song is
like
so
cold.
Sorry. I don't know what the artist's name was, but does anyone remember this one guy who dropped one song?
Gorilla Black.
Was that was his name?
the fake Biggie in there.
That
LA.
was his name. What
From
happened
LA.
to him?
West Coast Biggie.
What
Yeah.
happened
He
to
went
him?
to jail. I think he did the man's like fraud and some other things. Yeah. I see an interview him on Vlad TV and he's talking in that
They
song.
probably tried it. you
Yeah,
know.
that's all I remember.
This is
like one song.
This is white people at the record label.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
I'm with you. The Shine I wasn't mad at, but because that's how he actually sounds. He's not putting it on, innit?
Yeah, so I mean, I looked at the show, I spoke to people, and I looked at the footage. And
Go on, get your hate off, man. Don't hide it, man.
What did you see?
when you first see Giggs and Diddy doing a show together, it looks like a mismatch. Am I wrong here? Am I off?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was interested to see what it looked like because I would never picture them doing a show like Drake and J. Cole going on a tour together. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Why would it be Giggs and Diddy doing a show together?
So like, let's take it a step further, yeah? With the crowd.
Yeah.
You're going to get a Giggs crowd at short notice. It's not going to be the Dons from Peckham. Sorry. It's not. You're going to get the people that are actually going out and buying Giggs
merchandise
stuff, right? Who may not necessarily be interested in what Diddy has to offer, new or old.
I think, but once the bangers start running, you remember,
you do. But then what spoke volumes for me was the reaction to Diddy's stuff. Whenever I saw clips of the classics,
such as.
But here's where the hate comes.
I knew it was going to come. He was trying to suppress it. Don't suppress it.
Because Diddy didn't do his due diligence enough for me. Right? Because from what I heard, and obviously like, I can only regurgitate what people have said from the people that I
trust. Put an asterisk by Vans' opinion because he actually wasn't there.
I wasn't there. From people that I trust. And it seemed like Diddy was like sort of like, Diddy thrives off like people loving him, right? And he was on stage almost pleading like, and he was saying sorry a lot of the times. They didn't have that much time. This is what he was saying on stage.
Okay.
Is what I was hearing. Where you shouldn't be hearing that from a Diddy. Yeah. But then obviously it was like last minute. The hate comes in is because Diddy, everyone was shouting at you to bring the 20-year anniversary of the Bad Boy concert to London.
Fair point.
That's where you would have got the demographic that you deserved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? To really consume that show. But you didn't. You ignored that. Then you linked up with Giggs, and rightly so. If Giggs is going to pattern something in London and you've got the whole rollout of your album just dropping as well, like, you know, perform a little bit of that.
Well.
But
how is it?
Yeah.
That's not the demographic at this show that's going to appreciate all of that. So I'm sorry, you can plead all you want, but you should have brought the whole Bad Boy roster that brought us the classics, the Totals, the Maces, the maybe not Craig Mack, rest in peace, because I think he died around that period.
Craig Mack's not with us, rest in peace.
You know, just that, like, and Lil Kim, like, if he had brought all of that, the Locks, like, it would have been a crazy show, crazy time. Everyone would have enjoyed, but you didn't. And you chose to do this instead. So you have to hold that.
Do you know what it is? I'm not even because, like, it's amazing for Giggs and having his moment, and, like, 50 brought him out as well recently. I'd probably actually put the blame more on them, man. To your point of,
them
like,
man being
very tone deaf.
Giggs et al. Because in regards to you're creating a night, you like saying a mismatch. I don't necessarily see those two working together. And if you're going to do that, you have to because essentially you're a street artist and hip hop, so let's do more of that.
Yeah.
Now you have to create a night, and like it's lovely that they were in Shepherd's Bush.
Yeah, Shepherd's Bush.
This
Empire.
is P Diddy, innit? Like, for all intents and purposes, SSC Arena, O2, that's where it should really be. Let's truly make a moment out of it. Of course, it's one night in London. Diddy can still do that, but because of who you are, larger than life character, we've never known you to anything small.
Sorry, did you say Shepherd's Bush or Hammersmith?
It was in Shepherd's Bush,
Empire, yeah.
which is like
The one on the
one of the smaller O2 venues.
Yeah.
opposite
O2
the
only
little park
venues.
thing.
Yeah.
And it was for charity
Opposite
as
the
well,
Green.
so you've got to factor that into everything. But I just feel like in terms of curating a night, it probably works more for like, you know, it's, and please don't take this wrong way of like, you know, I'm the guy, look like I've got the juice where I can, Diddy's standing up with me and I'm standing next, and it's sick because, like I said, he had his son on stage, Tiny Booster's in jail just the other day, he's on stage with young Stefflon, and you've got Diddy there and Dubs bringing him up, all that stuff's sick, and you're doing that alongside Diddy, sorry, but in terms of making sure that Diddy gets that real love, and we have not maybe seen him on stage here in a minute, I just didn't feel like even though Vans, it's not even hate. I think it's actually a good critique. We didn't get the 20th anniversary of Bad Boy, and some of that might also be some of the gripes of the artist, isn't it? You know, like how many times are they gonna come and like do stuff with you? Because every time people have gripes, but they're still sharp for him.
All I'm
Mace will
saying
fall out
is
of him,
that,
still
like,
sharp for him.
don't
But
acknowledge the UK under the back of Giggs. Like I know that Giggs is also an ambassador for the UK and London.
Yeah,
you know, with him now being able to go to America where he hasn't been able to do before.
Yeah.
So I guess like that is a great thing in that, but then also just on the other hand, I was just like, you know, for maximum effect from a consumer standpoint, this is not the show that we wanted.
Yeah. It served Giggs more than it served Diddy, but at this point it is what it is. Like, it's let Giggs have his moment in the sun, innit? Like I think that's so sick. So seeing everyone out like really show him the love and like he's getting embraced like that. So I think it's cool. Like 50 brought him out. I think that's wavy as well. So, and he, from what I was saying, I don't know about the people that you spoke to, his live performance is getting better. Giggs is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if the people echo those sentiments, but
they did, and they said that the reception that he got was great as well.
Yeah.
I went to see Giggs at his Landlord show. Crazy show.
Amazing show. I don't know if they can top that one because everyone said the same thing to that one. But that was a height of whipping excursion and
and literally like everyone came out for that. And obviously like Skepta, he came out to do
the dance,
the whipping excursion dance, which was a moment.
Shout out Skepta.
You good?
Yeah.
Chrissy After Dark.
Chrissy is a very much a Skepta fan.
Okay.
I support that black man.
Amongst many other women.
Yeah.
Shouts out to them.
He's about to drop a short film, I believe.
I saw that, yeah.
And he's doing a lot of the Mass Tiempo stuff. He just dropped a remix to
Amy Winehouse record,
an Amy Winehouse song. So yeah,
that's a bit of a cheat code still. But
I mean, hey, like he's going into different pockets at this point. So you got to respect it. Lastly, for music from me, some interesting news fell on my lap today. Andre 3000, Andre 3 Stacks, one half of the duo Outkast, is dropping an album this week.
Yay!
But it's not what people wanted from Andre 3 Stacks.
Oh.
He's not going to be rapping on it. He's not going to be singing on it.
Flute.
Is he playing his little instrument?
He's going to be playing his flute.
Listen, it's like, honestly, do you know what?
Did we not have the conversation last week about the whole dead noise and dead air thing on the playlist and that? Are they gonna?
There was a little article that dropped and it says, one thing it is not, however, is a rap record. No bars, no beats, no sub bass. Andre doesn't sing on this joint either. What he does do is play flute and plenty of it. Contrabass, flute, Maya flutes, bamboo flutes, along with other digital wind instruments. In place of lyrics, he offers 8 provocative song titles, the first of which almost reads like a low-key apology with a wink of irony. I swear I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time. That's a
lot of blowing going on over there.
That's the title of the first song. There's other titles which I'm going to read out to you guys.
Go and read out to us.
The The slang word pussy rolls off the tongue with far better ease than the proper word vagina. Do you agree?
That's the title of the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it starts with, I swear I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time. Another one, that night in Hawaii when I turned into a panther and started making these low register purring tones that I couldn't control. Shit was wild.
That's a purr.
Purr. Bipolar disorder's daughter wears a 3,000 button down embroidered.
Embroidered. Oh, that was the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
93 till infinity and Beyonce.
Okay.
Yeah. 93 till infinity and Beyonce. Instead of beyond, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Till infinity and beyond.
This fucking
Infinity and
Nicki as
Beyonce.
hell, man.
Yeah.
Just drop the album, man.
Gandhi, Dalai Lama, your Lord and Savior, JC.
Dalai who?
Dalai Lama. Is that how you pronounce it?
Dalai Lama, but
I
Dalai Lama.
was being petty. I was fishing.
Yeah.
That wasn't even that
You're
bad.
better
Don is
than that.
kissing Utes anyway, man. I don't fuck about how he pronounce his name.
it's true.
Fair,
I support you.
Fair.
Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy.
Why are these the titles, bro?
I don't know.
This is weird.
Ants to you, gods to who?
And okay, profound.
Dreams once buried beneath the dungeon floor slowly sprout into undying gardens.
Oh, it's giving like Concrete Rose vibes.
So these are the titles of the song on this projected album, with him playing a number of flutes and digital wind instruments.
Hey, man, we'll listen and we'll go from there.
Yeah, if Bark can do it, then so can Andre.
Yeah.
Go Black Man.
The greatest rapper who's never given us a solo rap project is doing this.
At least he's doing something.
Erykah Badu, man. You think her? This is your life just
Fair
changes,
enough.
man.
Yeah, she's
Fair
probably
enough.
like an executive producer or something. She's involved somehow.
Do your thing, man.
Yeah.
He just gets to exist. I do like that. He just marauding through America.
He's just walking around, man. He's just walking
with
around.
a backpack and the flute and that. He said, you know what? Money's running low, man. Let me release some of these songs, man.
But those titles to me suggest like this is what I wanted to do. This is a passion project. I genuinely love this flute of mine.
And if it's sick,
Yeah,
then
he's just happy
man.
making music.
Yeah, like people have been saying that they've just been seeing him on the street with a flute. So
Black Boy Joy.
Let him do his thing, man. And also the stuff he gave us, I don't think you're gonna top it. So leave it where it is, man. You're not going to, innit? Every now and then every last like maybe like 10 years, we'll get like guest verses. So T.I., I think the song is it Sorry? He's got
Sorry,
a good
yeah.
verse on there. He's on what's the Beyonce song?
Party.
I think he's on there as well. He
kind of got taken off and replaced with J. Cole, but
Yeah, but-
he's on the album.
Yeah, but
We can
I
agree
like
with
his
that.
verse better.
Yeah.
When he does decide to rap, he's still got it in it. So the guest verse think's fine, man. We don't need a new rap album from you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
The Love Below and Speakerbox has just been voted, the greatest hip hop album of all time,
That's iconic.
and it's gone
What a
diamond
banger.
as well. So, before we go,
I love a 7 before we goes.
Yeah, we need to talk about we
Interaction.
need to do what we watching next week. There's so much stuff.
yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
So much stuff.
Let's do listeners' interactions. I think we skipped out on the business as usual.
Yeah.
So let's go into that. Let's start at the bottom. Robert F 619. Your point about Kanye / Wiley being right was poor.
Oh, maybe
Israel
not,
government actions are theirs only, not of a whole religion. That's like someone using terrorism to justify their Islamophobia ideas. Anyway, free Palestine.
Yes,
we can
we
agree on
with
that.
you, Robert.
I totally understand, but
I think that was directed at Fols.
No, it was me because I said that. Like, I get it. Like, what I did say was kind of loose, but I think it's hard not to lean towards that when you see how one side gets demonized and mass media has one narrative, and one can argue even falling into that trap can now make you like it kind of aids them to like when people start saying they control the media, they control the world. You start making anti-Semitic statements, and they're like, "Look, everyone's anti-Semitic." But how do you not have that reaction sometimes when it feels like one people's lives are not worth as much as other people's?
Yeah.
So,
Mr. T, can someone please pour Serious Simon Vans a drink? The mistakes are funny, bro. Eat your L's and get your lip back on the other two.
Yeah, man, it was being too serious that Marie Chrissy was trying to lean into the joke.
Mr. T, I'm in a good mood today.
Yeah, love
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Look at he's looking at
Not
us.
too much on Mr. T, innit?
No, we
Yeah, shout
support
out Mr. T, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, wait,
Because
what?
when I first read it, there was no shout outs to Mr. T.
Oh, okay.
But I'm in a good mood today.
Okay.
Shout outs to Mr. T for listening.
Shout out Mr. T.
Jules, shout out to Jules.
Jules.
The steward losing their job is mad and he should take the club to tribunal for discrimination dismissal.
Yes. At
United.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, yeah. After
United.
Waving the
And
Palestinian
Liverpool.
flag, yeah.
I think Liverpool as well.
Manchester tries to Liverpool quiet, you know.
The Life of Bodge or Life of Bodge.
Hello.
Model / TikToker drug mule must have binge watched Lupin and thought nobody would notice him with the blonde hair,
Sir.
choker and crop top. Man said Nobby Solano and them man are going to pass him around. Nobby Solano.
That's Brit.
No.
Yeah, he's from the old school. Life of Bodge is from old school.
Yeah, he's definitely been at home watching Premier League years.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good fit though. Blonde hair, choker, and a crop top. Well,
I mean,
take notes on that one.
We saying you're going to jump on that drip, yeah?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Chrissy Hive, man. Foles, how do you pronounce this?
You say?
Usay. I definitely agree with Foles. That's how you knew. I definitely agree with Foles that would you off the cuff extra more music talk, please.
Definitely.
It's definitely my suggestion. But shout outs to Usay.
Yeah.
Axe 321. A gay / queer athlete who is elite in their sport. Ronaldo, LeBron, Federer would definitely be groundbreaking. A lot of ignorant people would have to get used to seeing them on their TV every week.
That's true. Yeah. I think I was just talking about like sometimes with the people coming out and that like you can't be media and that like
We're talking about the NBA done, right?
Okay, I was so confused. I was
What's
like,
his name again?
these people came out.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Fine, okay.
To be fair, he's a Hall of Famer, but he's not active in it.
Star Baddie says, "Hey guys, I love the pod. It would be lit if you lot did an episode with Black Girls Living. Shouts to Black Girls Living.
Shout out.
I want to see how Chrissy would behave in the presence of actually good women. Wow. This ain't hate, it's love, in brackets.
But we've done an episode with them before.
We have.
So
Shouts to Black Girls Living. Shouts to Vic and Jazz.
Yeah,
and
I love the fact that the person
Follow.
that distinguishes between you and good women. I love that. I like to say I didn't pay for that.
Do you know what?
That wasn't a
not too
sponsored
much
post.
on our own, Chrissy, man.
Of
Not
course,
too much
of course,
on our
we're
own.
not a good woman.
Yeah, I don't claim to be. What now? What again? What again?
I love
Big
that
up
person.
Star Baddie.
Yes.
Shouts to Black Girls
What a
Living.
name,
And
Star Baddie.
congratulations to Vic from Black Girls Living.
Congrats, Vic. Congrats,
recently announcing her engagement.
Come on,
You
man.
know, it's very beautiful to see.
Lord.
We'll definitely link up again, man, for sure.
Yeah, we always have a good time with them as well. So yeah, man.
Absolutely.
So much fun.
That was on the Business as Usual episode.
Okay,
And let's
great.
move on to Anything But Her.
And that was from last week.
Liv, shout outs to Liv. Liv says, great episode. You had me cackling from the start. Always listen in anticipation for the title in context.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks for listening.
Love that. Oh, our favorite E2.
You too.
Quick correction to Brother Foles. A large chunk of Russia is actually in North Asia, whereas the population mainly reside in the European territory. I don't care how rich I am. 5 million is 5 million. I'm not above big bread.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Burner turned down the 5 mil for the Dubai because they wouldn't let him smoke his
No one's walking. Igbo.
Life of Bodge, he returns. He says, LOL, the lady with the OnlyFans has VHS tapes from the 90s of her getting the brakes beat off her in a train. Okay. Life of Bodge.
I
Thanks.
find it funny that he said VHS. Laugh at me, but is it not VHS?
Huh?
Is it not VHS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
VHS.
He's
Videotape.
basically saying that
Videotape.
she's from the classic era. Yasmin Pendavis. Yasmin.
Yeah. You know where you would find, like, you know, your dad's collection, like
Tisha Campbell.
Tisha Campbell did.
She found her
Scream or scream?
Dad didn't want to upgrade his TV because he had bare
Yeah.
DVDs.
Yeah, he had mad DVDs.
Don't you touch that. You leave that right there.
Your daughter has the capability to get you the plasma, the 4K, Ultra
Yeah.
HD.
And you're like, nah,
And
I want
I love
the
my
big
TV
back.
with the big back.
Because he was watching Big Backs
Stinks.
on that DVD.
Are you? Wow.
I
Was he not?
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, obviously it's funny, but like, I'm dead and buried, yeah, and my daughter's highlighting the fact that I'm a horny fucker. Like, it's funny, but like,
Allow it.
from the grave, I'm vexed though. Come
Beating
on.
your meat from the grave.
Can we?
So, spinning in your grave. That's the time, right? Is that the time?
Okay.
Spinning in your grave?
You're not gonna back your boy? No.
Okay, cool.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Man woke up and said, one last wank.
Oh my god.
Someone put the DVD in. I can feel it.
It's rising.
Do you know?
No? Man woke up with a coffee with a hard on. He said, but that's crazy. Your daughter's just there showing everyone that you was horny in that.
So
it's funny. It is funny.
Yeah, it is funny though. That is so funny.
But if I go, don't release my stash.
yeah, okay. Fair.
Tina says, Chrissy gave this heartfelt analysis, RE Meg's new song, and Fols said, yeah, was it good though?
You have actually bad vibes.
This entire convo was funny as fuck. Meg looks amazing, but in the words of Charlemagne, that ain't it. From the good words of Tina. Shout out to Tina.
Yeah, shout out Tina. I agree with you, sis.
Angie, always amazing. Keep it going, guys. You man make my Thursday shift. So please never stop. Big
Okay.
up Angie.
Thank you, Angie.
Big up Angie.
Big
but
up Angie
let's
all the
be
time.
gender neutral next time, Angie. Thanks.
Not Donnies and Donettes.
She said lads or boys.
You man.
You man.
You
yeah.
man's
It's like
gender
gender
neutral, man.
Come on,
No.
man.
No.
Yeah, you're calling Donnies like sis and that.
Hey, girl. No?
What's next?
Nads to you. I screamed at Van saying he was not empowered by Meg's song. Hashtag terrific vibes. Laughing emoji.
That might be the one. Terrific vibes. Is the
Terrific
one.
vibes.
I mean,
Do you know what you are? Terrific
were
vibes.
you empowered for us?
No, I wasn't, bro. But the point I was just making
He
was
said
that,
that
like,
quickly.
like, it's a serious. Everything's on there. She's saying it's very, very serious, isn't it? It's just like,
Yeah.
But at a certain point, like,
Like B, give
bro,
up.
I grew up with like certain dogs trying to do gospel rap. You're speaking about God, but it don't slap though, bro. Like, it's just because something subject matter is serious or like, you know, heartfelt. It still has to slap.
Bibles.
Bibles was good, man.
I hear it.
Shout out to
Chat
my
Mash.
man Gabs from Real Talk Room
I love
podcast.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't love God? What's up with you? You didn't hear that song? And what's their name? Not sister. Mary.
Oh, shout out to
That
Mary
was their
Mary,
line.
man.
I only
I
know them for
love
Shackles,
God.
innit?
Shackles.
Oh, you don't love God? What's
Just
up with
wanna-
you? Yeah, it's like okay.
No. Tough crowd, man.
I just want to praise you. Just do that.
Okay.
Classics.
Any more?
I feel like
No, that was it, man. Shout out to all the listeners each and every time.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, it's always great to read out to the rest of our listeners for them to take heed and do the same thing. Shout out to the listeners being groundbreakers,
Yes.
man, and, you know, starting off an amazing trend.
Pioneers.
We
Wow.
love listening
We love
back,
you.
and it makes for good listening as well in the episode.
That it do.
No, I appreciate you lot, man. Definitely before we go, some random stuff we have to laugh at very quickly. Shout out to Don from JLS. He tried to backflip.
So shy.
Calamity. Was it Austin or
calamity.
Aston?
I
The
back
shorter
Aston.
one. Aston, yeah. He genuinely could have broken his neck.
That would that.
And what's killing me is because they're all trying to dance in unison, like they've done that, yeah, and he fell. You know, everyone's looking like,
The show must go on.
Do you know
get
what?
up.
Do you know what? If it was to happen to anyone, it would be him because of his frame. He would be the one to get up the quickest.
Yeah, Risha and Marvin and them, man, are not trying.
Yeah.
Like,
That
Marvin's
man-
like, I got kids.
Yeah.
I can't afford to backflip.
Man's on I'm a Celebrity. He's got the bald head now, like
Yeah,
hairline
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Like he can't just get back up.
Let me
as
respect
quick,
my age and like my knees. Everything's different, man.
He's still clearly like just on stuff. So they looked at him and they're like, "Bro, you better pattern up."
No, they looked at
good
him like,
over there?
you want to be Beyonce of the group, yeah?
Yeah.
You got to
Cool.
earn it.
Yeah.
Backflip on command.
Yeah,
He didn't land it.
I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to him.
Shouts out to Nella Rose.
Yes.
She's on I'm a Celebrity. Get
Yes.
Me Out of Here.
Yes.
It is a shame that she's on the season where they have Nigel Farage.
Honestly.
I think that's a shame. I did see, what was my man that was caught cheating during lockdown?
Could be any man.
It could be any man. The politician.
Hancock.
Matt
Oh,
Hancock.
Horny Hancock.
Horny Hancock.
cock in hand.
He was on I'm Celebrity and he kind of like obviously he's a human being, but I know like it gave him a bit of grace and it made him like a bit affable. Like it's like, yeah, Matt, I don't want that for Nigel. I want him to do all the trials.
Yeah.
They need to make him ostrich balls.
Eat
Yeah,
all
his
the
pants.
all the camel scrotums.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything.
his singlet up his bum bum.
Yeah, eat all the spiders.
Yeah, let's punish him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's the most punishment we're going to get. Because
Yeah.
look, political system, David Cameron's back. Evil people always win.
So scary.
It's over, man.
So scary.
Being a good guy don't pay.
Did you watch like the little bit where they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm most known for," and
I
he's
saw
like,
some of
"For
them.
Brexit,"
Brexit.
and he was like, I'm a hero to some,
I'm
but
a villain
I'm
to
villain to
millions."
millions. Ha ha ha! I was like, "Get this Donny and all the Bush
But
Tucker
they
trials."
know they're evil as hell. Like,
They actually don't give a heck.
but it shows to me that the money's running out. Remember the whole thing with I think it was in NatWest to close his account? Like, see all that Brexit stuff. It might pay off in regards to, but
Oh my gosh.
200 bags is,
is that the room and money?
I mean,
Nella's having a good week. She
Not to
put on the
pocket
gram
watch,
that she
but,
bought a house.
Yeah.
yeah.
And now she's gone, I'm a celebrity.
I can't remember which news outlet it was. I really should know this, but they're actually pussy holes because when they did the announcement of the show,
Yes.
every other celebrity was like dressed in regular daytime clothes, but the picture that they decided to put of Nella was her in a bikini, which is fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but you haven't taken a picture like that of everyone else. And
It was one of those ones where like you knew what you were doing.
it's
They took
giving-
it from her gram. And
Yeah.
there's people on there who's my man that does the Love Island After Sun stuff. He's on a reality show.
He was on Made in Chelsea.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
I'm
Sam.
sure you could pick her
Sure.
Instagram photo from him. Like everyone
Yeah.
else's photos, they're fully dressed. It looks
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
red carpet photos. You pick
Yeah.
one from her gram in a bikini.
He's got the podcast, the Love Island podcast with India.
Yeah, that's
Oh, Sam, I think
Sam,
his name
yeah.
is, yeah.
Sam Thompson, I think.
Whoever did that, whoever published that, SYM.
Yeah.
yeah. It was a little weird, man. So, but I'm happy for her. I ain't watch I'm a Celebrity in a minute, but I'm sure because she's on there, I'll tune in a little bit. So,
Oh, sorry. That show's above me. To watch people eating bollocks, I'm honestly okay.
simple looks.
Yeah, so scary.
Well, I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, no thank you.
And Decker Man are going, they're going strong.
It's enough now.
You see something, man? I won't give up. I hear it now.
They're gatekeeping everything.
Yeah,
in
they
ITV.
are. They actually are.
You squeeze every bit of life out of it, and they probably win. What's the is it National
NTA?
Television Award?
Yeah, I was just thinking
They've
that.
got them in their back pocket.
And deck.
You know, is the year they don't win, yeah, they've got a scandal. They've got like a brazy scandal. Like if there's a year they don't win,
The scandal has to be insane.
because what other duos
though.
are
Even
out there?
amidst like his divorce,
That's like, man.
One of them was an
where he
alcoholic.
gave like his babes basically all of his funds. He's
Okay,
going to
what's
be
wrong with
working
that?
there for the next 40 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
He's going to be like Bruce Forsyth,
icon.
working till he's 98.
is he?
He passed away, yeah.
Okay,
He's no longer with us.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm never sure.
Like, he was even,
No, they had Bruce working.
he was even supposed to be at work the day he went into hospital.
They don't play. It's an entertainment. The show must go on.
He wanted to do it, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some people keep saying like
nice
young and
see-
stuff, innit?
that's not him, is it?
Who's that?
Nice see nice. Is that Bruce Forsyth?
Jimmy, no.
I feel like it's Bruce Forsyth.
First of all,
Jimmy what?
Jimmy Fallon.
Fallon.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah.
Can you
Jimmy
stay
Fallon.
on code? The
Good save.
Brits, man. We're
Jimmy,
over here.
Jimmy Fallon.
Good
That's what I'm
save.
talking about.
Not
Not who? No.
Is it
Jimmy
Jimmy
Fallon.
Carr
so annoying.
No?
Jimmy Fallon. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
yeah. Oh, well, he didn't say it. I guess it was Bruce.
No, yeah, we run urban facts, man. At this point in the podcast, see if us, like, see like our facts are facts. It's not like, oh my god, we're
Nothing to read here.
Yeah, it's not like
It's all off the
misinformation.
cuff.
Like, yeah, it's
There's
just,
actually going to be an episode. I've been thinking of doing this for a long time. There's going to be an episode where I just feed you lot so much misinformation, and I'm
you
just
lied to me
waiting.
earlier. I genuinely believe you.
No, but I could have kept that going, and you would have fully believed me. So
Yeah.
there's going to be a time when I do it, and I just chat.
Oh, sorry, I forgot something.
Oh, go on, fam.
We created a poll, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We did.
yes, we did.
I mean, there's not much to say here.
Oh,
Would you marry an OnlyFans model? And lo and behold, 100% with 11 votes. No.
okay.
You don't put a number. You just say 100%.
Sorry.
100% makes you more
Please,
sexy.
sir. Allow it. Well, there we go. That is the opinion of the people.
Someone's capping in there.
Is it you or
No.
Why you so sad?
No, I think that's all truth. But like, you even for the girls,
Someone
like,
would.
You don't want the guy that does like. There are guys that's for them. Let the guys be proud. Don't go over there if you're not. What's the point? You end up
It's true.
like
If you're not
disrespecting the guy.
prepared for what that comes with,
Yeah,
stay in your place.
yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
You don't want these problems.
Because a lot of women that work in adult entertainment, they have boyfriends, they
Yeah,
have partners,
husbands
like,
even.
yeah. So
Sharon.
there are men that is fine for them.
I saw a video the other day of how the heart really pumps,
Okay,
and
you're not
dating
gonna
an OnlyFans model will get your heart out of here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I was.
So don't go there.
You get there in the end, but initially, bro, we look like we're about to hit like a mountain. Like the turbulence is crazy.
Take my hand, man.
You land it.
And you know, you live a hell of a life.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think it's a good place to end it because it's home time.
Yeah, let's go.
It is.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yes.
Good to see you guys in the flesh. I hope this has been a wonderful.
How heavy are you, bro?
No, as in like we're all together, anyway, we're podcasting together.
You said flesh, like
flesh. I hope this is a good audio adventure, innit? I hope you guys had a audio experience.
Yeah.
And we're back to our fighting best.
Actually saying bye like an auntie, but okay.
Wow.
Bare buys and
bare buys.
It's giving irritated.
Bye.
It's gonna want to go home.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
But you know what it is? You know, like end
Okay,
of,
bye.
You know what it is? End of church and that when you're waiting for your mum for forever. That's what it is. She's got PTSD, man.
Pastor's telling you go home, and you're still there.
Yeah, sister, we missed you.
She's still scratching her head.
Imagine you got 5 more minutes in you.
I actually don't, but
Okay, cool. It's been a pleasure, man. See you guys next week.
Peace.